All right, and we are technically live. Let's see. Sorry, y'all. Just making sure our volume's good. Okay,
Hey,
good.
yo. Welcome to the wonderful world of Hungry Heath. Sorry we're going a little late. We had an unexpected planned deviation. No, not a planned deviation. We went to go visit a member of the Horde, and y'all know the Southern goodbyes. It took us forever to tell her goodbye.
I know. We were having so much fun.
Yes.
We didn't want to leave.
Yes. We're planning another trip. She invited us back again. We'll have to plan better, though.
Yeah, but we'll talk about that. You want to do your intro? And then I thought we would, since this is your MS journey, how about before we jump into comments, we'll, start with your MS. So do your intro first.
Hey, yo. Welcome to the wonderful world of Hungry Heath. I'm not a classically trained chef, but I am a self-taught home cook. I studied under several television chefs. I have a PhD from YouTube University and a black belt in Google Food. I love to cook. The only thing I love more than cooking is my wife, the sensational Shelly Eats Steak, a.k.a. The Warden. Together we host what we like to call the Friday Night Feast. Now, this happens every Friday night, 6:30 Central. We'll cook up an entree, maybe a couple little snacks, show y'all how we do it. Then we spend the rest of the evening just chewing the fat with all of our friends in the Hungry Horde. We hope you can tune in sometime. We'd love to have you over for dinner. Today's video is a new thing we've started doing. Thank y'all so much for supporting us on this. It is helping me so much with not having to do editing.
Yes, not spending all of Saturday night, half of Sunday editing.
So now we just go live from my MS journey, and this week is week 174.
Yeah, and then so that way, if you have any questions when it comes to Heath's multiple sclerosis or
do not recommend
any multiple sclerosis questions, I mean, maybe you don't have it. Maybe you have a friend or a relative that does, or maybe you're just curious. Please go ahead. If you have any questions, use QQQ. That's why I've seen a lot of other channels just use QQQ, and then we'll make sure we definitely get that. I try to read everybody's comments, but, just we'll make sure that I don't miss it if I see QQQ. So while he's explaining his MS journey and what he's eating and everything, what I'm doing, this is the kefir cheese. So I started this yesterday. Ooh, I'll have to get a new one of those, but look how thick this cheese is, y'all. That's my kefir cheese. And what I do is, this didn't even go 24 hours, right? I put it in here, so I have a container to catch all of the whey, and I generally give the whey to the dogs, or sometimes I use it in my ferments. And then I have a strainer here to strain out the whey. And then this is basically the kefir cheese that is left. And then we have a container here, and that's what he basically eats from. And it's just so easy. And then what I'll have to do here in a little bit.
Oh, trash can's way over there.
Oh, you want me to just put it on the towel?
No, I got an idea. Right here. I got these other containers on this lid. Mm-hmm.
Oh, just put it on the lid?
Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay. We'll just wash that later. Totally.
Right? And then here in a little bit, my kefir from yesterday. My kefir, again, it's just, it's going crazy again. And, just look how creamy this cream cheese is. Look at that. It's like doing the Dairy Queen thing, right? Mm-hmm. Turn your spoon upside down. That's how thick it is.
And it's so tasty. She plays with it sometimes and adds different flavorings.
Yeah.
And that's really good.
You make it into a great dip.
I like adding hot sauce to it too. Look, it finally fell off.
This to me is even better than like sour cream.
Yeah, we quit buying sour cream and we use this in place of it now.
Yeah. So any recipe that calls for sour cream, using kefir cheese is a great substitute.
And instead of like with a lot of times I used to like ranch with certain things, I use this instead. And we use the ranch seasoning there.
Yeah. And I'll do a short on that pretty soon since I'm making so much. So tell them what you're eating.
This is my BFD, my breakfast for dinner pizza. And this is what we made last night and the channel member cook along. Excuse me.
Yeah.
But this video and the recipe will be coming out Monday. Because the way we do it we've already started working on next month's. We release it to the channel members first.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next day, the next week or whatever, we put it out to everyone else, to all the rest of the viewers.
So be looking for that tomorrow, y'all. We love this recipe, as you can see. So, so how else is your?
Everything else is working fine. Oh, that's what I'm supposed to do too. Maybe I can get it for you. I told her, y'all know I get my the MS meds through GoodRx.
Oh yeah.
And they sent me a notification telling me it's time to re-up, get me another.
No, you don't get it through GoodRx, dear.
Who do I got to buy from that?
Mark Cuban.
I thought that
Cost Plus.
Cost Plus. I always mess with the names. But yeah, they sent me an email telling me it's time to reorder. But what I love about his company is when I do order, I get it in 3 months supplies. But I just combined my last 2 bottles together. So I'm going to hand the bottle to Shelly. She's going to count them for me. See how many days I actually have.
And make sure there's no other bottles hiding up there.
Yes, ma'am.
So, yes. Well, while he's doing that, let's see.
There's 2 more.
That's what I thought.
3 more.
We had this argument. I was like, no, Heath, you should, because he's like, oh, I need to order. I just opened up the last bottle. I was like, no, you should have 2 or 3 more bottles because we were ahead of the game.
So I just found these 3 up there.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
this
one, I actually just opened this one and emptied another one into this one.
So we don't need to reorder right now.
Count those. Tell me how many it is.
Oh, do I really need to? Now
Yes.
we found the other 3?
Yes, please. Because I don't know if it's 34 or 36. I just remember I emptied the last one.
Anyhow. Well, how about your DDPY this week? How's that been going?
Fine, I guess, because today's the first day of the week on that, honestly.
Well,
so I haven't done it today.
It
went fine. I'm just struggling. Just what do you call it? Keeping on. I'm repeating the last batch just because. Honestly. Huh? No, say it. You
lazy.
That too. But no, some of the exercises are a little too difficult for me still right now. So I'm just easing into it.
Oh.
Enjoying life is what I'm doing. And the one I do is 20 minutes. And some of the others he's working up into are like 59 minutes. And I don't want to do that long of a workout in the evenings.
Okay.
Just no.
Well, you used to work out in the morning.
I know.
And then now you do in the evening. Do you find there's a difference?
Yes. I'm not as tired when I go to work, and I sleep better at night.
Okay. By doing it at night?
And one of the channels you watch was talking about doing it. You need to do that kind of stuff right after you eat dinner. So that's what I've been doing.
Yeah. Okay.
Like almost right after.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. So everything's clear on the Western Front.
Okay. Any other updates about your MS that you want to give?
No, like I keep saying it, which is amazing to me. No news is good news.
Yeah.
I've had no drawbacks, no setbacks. Here in a couple of weeks, I'll go to see my doctor again for my yearly check-in. That's what I really love.
6-month check-in.
Okay,
right?
Yeah. I think it's May 14th or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
From Tuesday, because I'm off every Tuesday and Sunday. That's why I started doing these on Sundays. But I always make sure that my doctor appointments are on the days I'm off at work. And I purposely picked my work schedule, to be off during the week. Because we are open 7 days a week.
Yeah.
So I could be off Saturdays and Sundays, but then the doctor's office is not all open. So then I have to take a day off work to go do that.
Right.
I just think this is better to just do it that way.
Yeah.
But sorry,
we have 33 left in this container.
Okay. That's what I was thinking. That's awesome, though.
But you got 3 more, which is 90 more.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're good.
Why are they telling me I need more then?
Because of when we ordered it, you were already ahead in your medication.
Mm-hmm.
because we had refilled right before the end of the year.
With the name brand.
And I didn't know how long it would take on his. So I went ahead and started the process, and it just happened to be really quick. And since we're not using insurance, because sometimes, insurances keep track of when you have it. So they'd be like, oh, you can't order. It's too soon.
Right.
Whereas now, since we're not using insurance, you can really just order whenever.
Wonder how I get on the street with it.
No. So I see Rickwood's here. Hey,
Hi.
Joe. She said hello. And I see Brenda S. is here. Hey, Brenda. She goes, hello, friends.
Hello,
and
hello.
22 Q Cat is here. She goes, hey. And Barely Begun.
Howdy.
Hey, Coda says, hi, all. Awesome. And Barely Begun said, you guys do so much. Anything that makes it easier is good. Oh, thanks. And then I see Mama Bear Lynette is here, and she goes, hello, everyone. I'll stay as long as I can. Need to have a phone call with family. My stepdad died a few days ago.
No, I'm sorry.
And we are planning the funeral now, but I'll stay as long as I can. Oh, I'm so sorry, Lynette. Condolences to you and your family. That's sad. Brenda S. said, I'm ready to get some kefir grains. Where do you get the ones you use? So I actually, and if you were close, I would give you, because I have so much kefir grains.
Right.
But I originally bought these through Cultured Life. Well, she sells it on Amazon too, and it's actually cheaper if you get it off of Amazon. But they were dehydrated kefir milk grains. So it does take a little bit of work, and I do have a video on, how I got them from the dehydrated grains until where they're at now, which is they're just happy little grains. They're just so now. And I'll show you a bit when I do the kefir again and change that out. It's so easy, but they are, it's a thing. So let me know, and I'll post a link to, I might have posted it in the kefir video, but I'll look for that link that I used for the actual grains that I got. But also check and see if there's anybody close to you that has any extra, because that's even better. If you get some live action grains that are already, happy and flourishing, then you can just basically jump right into it. When you start with dehydrated grains, you've got to kind of basically nurse them along. You got to start slow, and it takes a few days to get them up to where they're actually rehydrated and producing.
Well, swerving back over here to my lunch. Those of y'all that were in the cook along yesterday, just know these are the leftovers. Keep well, they reheat well.
How'd you reheat them?
I just threw them in the air fryer for 350 for about 10 minutes.
Wow.
And they're perfect. Look, they still hold up.
Wow.
A little greasy because, it's all that meat on there.
Right, that too. And cheese
tasty.
and gravy. Mom Bear Lynette said, thanks, everyone. He was 96 and passed away peacefully in his sleep. Wow, that's a long life, and I'm glad it was something peaceful, and hopefully he didn't have to have any suffering. And then Lynette said, that cheese looks really amazing.
Yours. Kefir cheese.
Yeah, I bet it's quite versatile in many recipes. It is. Really, the kefir cheese, he likes to put it on his eggs or to have as kind of a sauce, I guess, on like your lunches with your pork chops and stuff. Or you can make it into a dip. So I've done the ranch dip before, which is great.
The other day, you mixed in the blueberries.
Yeah, blueberries in it. And then also I've used it in recipes too. So, you're not going to get all the probiotics or most of them when you use it in a baking or a dessert recipe, because once you heat it up, you're killing those bacterias. But it does leave that tanginess flavor, which is sometimes in a baked good.
We mixed it with I don't remember what all we put in it. Some like barbecue sauce or something else, or salsa, and made a dip for our chicken wings that time. Remember?
Oh yeah, really good. Coda said, I made some kefir cheese, but it was still pretty tangy for me. Yeah, it can be pretty tangy. That's why But actually, I would say this: when it comes to the kefir milk versus the kefir cheese, you prefer the kefir cheese. It's not as tangy as the milk.
Right.
I like the milk a lot.
The milk, okay.
El Strange said, "Hey, yo, I'm eating, but I'm listening in." Oh, thanks, Lisa. Yeah, what are you eating? Maybe some of that breakfast pizza? TweetyQ Cat said, "That's a handy little strainer on the strainer." Right, this one? Yeah, I think, Lynette, didn't you send this to me? Sent that, and it's just a nice mesh strainer, which is what you want when you strain milk kefir. You don't want to use metal because that, kefir grains, it's a living organism, and they get a little picky sometimes. They can be a little moody, and so they don't always like metal. Now it's okay for using that for straining for the cheese because I've got a coffee filter as the barrier, so it's okay with that. But like when you see me here a little bit making my milk kefir that I'm going to drink, I use this for that. TweetyQ Cat said, "So he is hoarding his AVOCADO. Great price. Thank you, Mark Cuban." Right. He's definitely got extra.
Well, it's not even a baggio.
No, that's right.
It's a generic.
Exactly. Lisa said, "I just posted what I'm eating. It's a lazy take on last night's meal. Lazy because I didn't feel like grating cheese." That works, right? Oh, we got a question. Lynette says, "Heath, which do you think has a bigger positive impact on your MS? Reducing the number of carbs, increasing the number of fat grams, or simply removing processed foods? Which of those three has the biggest positive impact?"
Number 3. And mainly because I don't count carbs.
Right.
So I can't reduce what I'm eating because I don't even know what they are.
Right. And
number 2, though?
The fat. Like if you do, I feel like he does a higher fat, not as high as I typically do.
Because if I do as high as her, I actually have problems with it.
Yeah.
So I have to kind of gauge mine a little differently.
He's probably closer to the 70% ratio
probably
of that, because like he does get the kefir cheese and, like there's the gravy and different things on that. But I would say he's pretty high on protein. And then
that's always priority 1, honestly.
Yeah, as for him. But I would probably say the biggest impact is just not having the processed foods. And I would include in that the processed keto foods.
Yes.
Because that actually did cause him some problems as well. So just processed food as a whole, keto and regular processed foods, I think is the biggest impact. Because once we, once you did away with even the keto processed foods and the sodas.
Yes.
That
the
really
diet sodas,
yeah, which I would consider that a processed food.
There's sometimes when we go out to eat, sometimes the restaurants give me problems because of what they use.
Right, and that's probably the seed oils.
Yeah.
So, and that kind of brings up a thing here. Because we were discussing today, and what is our challenge for the rest of April and all of May and maybe the rest of this year?
To listen to Shelly. No.
That should always be number 1.
We're going to try not to go out to eat for this whole time because we have a goal and we have plans. Y'all know we have that road trip coming up.
Yeah, did you know that?
Well, on that trip, that endeavor, we're going to be eating out almost every single day. At least 2 meals a day.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to cost some money. So we need to curtail what we're going to spend in between now and then.
Mm-hmm.
So that we can fund that. We're not going to be in a crunch for it. We're in a bind.
Mm-hmm. Like I told him, I just kind of want the trip to not be stressed about money and be like, oh, maybe we should split this or, oh, let's, do this. Kind of like when we went to Austin and we split our lunch.
Mm-hmm.
And, we kind of did things like that. I was like,
but that was still good enough, though.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sad about it.
But I'm saying, I don't want us to feel like we have to do that, And I told him, because I think Maitreya and Sharon have plans to take us to the big cheese barn. I'm like, no, you're going to want to walk away with probably 50 pounds of cheese.
Oh, no, I'm going to. That's going to happen.
So I'm like, so let's, if we don't go out to eat.
Because it ain't easy being cheesy.
Then, you can just go plumb wild at the big cheese barn and buy all the cheeses you want, and I won't nickel and dime you.
And didn't I approach you with this idea too?
Sort of.
But she certainly did not discourage it.
No, of course not. I never discourage savings.
But she even told me, though, that even when it's her idea to go out to eat, I need to tell her no.
Yes.
Even though we got a coupon.
That's what I told him. I was like, no, from now on, you really need to, even if I have like a weak moment and I'm like, ooh, I want to go out to eat and da-da-da, then you need to be like, no, Shelly, remember we're going out next year. Or no, Shelly, we got this goal, so no. Yeah, tell me no. And his problem is he hates to tell me no.
Especially if it's somewhere I want to go.
Right. And he just says, oh, if you say it, we're going. I'm like, you're supposed to talk me out of it. He goes, I know, but I can't.
It's a character flaw. I'm sorry.
So you really got to try now.
Uh-huh.
Patty's here. Hey, Patty. She goes, hey, guys, ear hustling for a bit. Won't be able to stay too long, though. Well, I'm glad you were able to pop in. Thanks for coming by. El Strange said, Shelly, let's compare our extra grades. Right. Well, you'll see it in a few minutes when Heath is done eating. He'll get me he'll put up the cheese and he'll grab the kefir grains for me and my pitcher that I put them in. And then we can see. Brenda said, thanks. I'll ask around to see if I can find someone close who had grains. I mean, that's really nice if you can. I feel like it's not as common nowadays, though. Mom Bear Lynette said, that's kind of what we're planning right now. Oh, what is that? I think I missed. I think she replied. Lee said, I think I strained my kefir cheese too long, minus the consistency of cream cheese. It can get that away.
Well, ours becomes that way, too, though. Have you ever had your cream cheese when it gets real watery? You kind of have to stir it together. That one does that sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, generally, it doesn't go over 24 hours, but that's because that's when I have to, like these kefir grains, it was and I'm going to tell y'all, so I did, as it was getting a bit expensive for a while and like challenging because I was having to do 2 quarts almost every day. So I started by putting them in the fridge and then they would be ready every 3 days. And I was doing the fridge method because it was just like, it was just coming out of our ears. So I did that the last several months now, I feel like. Well, I decided to kind of go back because it looked like one of them, was getting yeasty. And then the jar behind you, the quart behind you.
Oh.
And then I'll need a coffee filter. But so here it is. So this one started getting kind of yeasty, y'all. And
that's so gross.
Well, I mean, there's yeast and good bacteria is what makes up kefir. And I was
you're gonna need some more of these too. You're almost out.
Did you not look right beside it?
That's awesome. She got some new ones. Magically.
So, anyways, it was getting yeasty and it kind of scared me. And they said, if it gets yeasty, you can always put it in some yogurt and that'll help balance it back out, right? But what happened, what I did before I bought yogurt is I had some heavy cream and I did about half heavy cream and the rest, the whole milk. And it something about the heavy cream, like my kefir grains, came alive, right? I mean, they were still doing good, but again, it was yeasty. And they just like got so excited with the heavy cream. I did that and I've been keeping it on the counter now for probably 7 to 10 days. And it's just really come back. Like this hasn't even been 24 hours, y'all. It's maybe been 18 hours and it's already ready again. So it's getting to that. So I'm having to go back to like 2 gallons a week just to do this. And I'll show you. So I always start by doing his cheese first. Rickwood said, I go through about 2 cups of kefir milk every day. My grades are so happy they double about once a week. I started a new batch of water kefir yesterday, and kombucha tea will be restarted today.
Wow.
How nice. Yeah, it's a lot. I'm trying to drink a quart of kefir on my feasting days, but man, that is a lot of kefir. But I'm trying to do that just because I have so much. And again, he doesn't care to drink it.
No.
He'll do the cheese, so that does help making the cheese because I kind of separate it out. Barely Begun said, who knew kefir grades were bougie? No
Right.
metal, fine, whatevs. I know. They're little bougie. L Strange said, I use a stainless steel strainer. My nylon strainer is too small and I don't want to spend any more money. My kefir doubles once a week also. Wow. See, that's good. So and I've heard, it's so funny because some people will be like, don't ever let your kefir touch metal. And then I've seen others like Culture Food. She's like, it's okay. It's not, you're not storing it in the metal, so it's not going to really do much to it. Okay, Barely Begun has a question. Since being keto, do you find any sensory issues, things you need to wear, gloves for, etc., or other things that can bother you any easier?
No, not really. The only thing that really like sensory, I would think, would be my hearing.
Yeah.
Because when I was 2 years old, I got spinal meningitis. And I was in a coma for I don't know how long. They told me, but I can't remember, 40-something years ago. But it left me deaf in my left ear. Well, I had an uncle and aunt that sold hearing aids and taught sign language. They even did foster care for a deaf girl for a while, a little girl that was deaf. And he tested me when I was young. I want to say 3 or 4 or something like that, or maybe when I was still 2. I don't remember. But they told my parents that I would always be deaf in this ear. So I always told everybody this is just for decoration. But whenever I was having all the issues that led me being diagnosed with MS, I went to a ear, nose, and throat doctor, and he put me in a soundproof booth. He was in another room talking to me, and he put headphones on me and told me to raise my hand every time I heard something in that ear. And he had a whole list of like 12, 15, or 16, whatever words he read off to me. And I was noticing I was raising my hand almost every single time he said something in my left ear. And I was like, well, that can't be because I'm deaf in that ear. And I don't know if it was they were testing me when I was a little kid and I just didn't do the test right for them, or if my hearing did get better because of keto. But he sat me down and told me that I could go get hearing aids, because that's what they told me too when I was younger, that hearing aids would work, but it would have to be one of those ones where I'd have to wear the headpiece and they would cheat off of my right ear. Well, this guy's telling me I could just get the regular inserts and be fine. But he told me, he goes, but don't just go to like Costco or whatever, or Sam's and buy them. Here's this paperwork for this, so you can apply for this credit card for them. So I was like, whatever. So I asked Dr. Barry one time, and he's like, yeah, just go to the doctor and get it from Costco. That's fine. He goes, those will work. They're not gonna, and my doctor too told me to do that. My neurologist did.
Yeah.
But I just haven't pulled the trigger on it yet.
Right.
Because like whenever I told this news to my mom, about how I'm not actually deaf in the left ear. Hearing aids could work. She goes, yeah, but what are you going to do if you get the hearing aids and they don't work? What are you going to do then? I said, I don't know. Still not hearing my left ear.
Right?
Nothing's going to change if I don't, But that's the only thing I can really tell different. Like, that's why I consider that sensory.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That's the only thing I can really tell, honestly.
Yeah.
And then MS has caused me to have some problems with my sight sometimes. If I go outside and come back in, I have a hard time focusing on the computer screen, which is what I do all day long.
Yeah.
So I try to limit how much I go outside during the day when I'm working.
I think he needs to go out.
Right? But then he runs every time I go to let the door open, though.
Come on, Sam.
Dammy, want to go? Come here.
Come on, go.
He's scared of our tripod. So, Lila, come show your brother how to go outside. Come on.
So here's the cheese, right? Now put this in the fridge, or he will, and it'll be ready by tomorrow.
Good girl. I don't know what's
Come
wrong with your
on.
brother.
Sammy, come on. Samson.
When we set up the tripod, the thing for our light, he really gets scared of that one.
Right.
Hey, what do you do with the fridge? What?
Well,
first I throw this thing away.
Yeah. L. Strange said the whole year of not eating out. I mean, that's what we're thinking.
Well,
the rest of this year.
Yeah. Well, until I told her, I said that doesn't apply if you run into some sales or something. Or I get an email for telling me there's something on sale or something like that. Or somebody wants to meet up somewhere.
You can put the kefir cheese back in the fridge. Okay, so this is now for my milk kefir that I drink.
But as I was telling her, though, with me not wanting to, us not going out to eat, there's no restaurants that I just have to have that are just like gnawing at me that I have to go eat there. That we can cook something just as good, if not better than.
Well, and like you said,
it'll be cheaper.
There's no restaurant like that. Restaurant will more likely still be here next year.
Right. Well, like one of our favorite barbecue joints right around the corner from us. They're one of the top 10 restaurants in the state of Texas.
Barbecue
joint, yeah. But a pound of brisket from them is almost $30 now.
I think it's $32 a pound.
Well, I can buy a whole brisket for that same price.
Right.
So it just makes more sense to just do it myself.
Now, usually I'm doing this standing up, not so challenging, but...
Well, stand up then.
And Tweety Cat said, and no more $7 Lily's chips? Okay, let's not talk all crazy now. Ha, ha, ha.
Right?
No, we'll still see if we do that, not going out, then it's okay to splurge.
That's how we afford the $7.
On the $7 Lily's chips, right? Or, whatever else is,
not
that
fancy at the time.
Right. You know how he is. Or like he was saying, when we go out to eat, we, it's like nothing to drop $100, but then we go to the store and we're like, ooh, brisket's $4 or $5 a pound right now. Oh, we're not going to buy it. And he's like, but yet we could get like a whole week's worth of food, and that would probably only be like $50 to $60. Like, why? We won't,
they didn't line up.
Right. We're like, oh, we don't want to spend that on a brisket, but we don't think nothing of going out to eat and spending that kind of money.
Right. And then we got to tip the person too. And then sometimes when you go to the nicer place, you also have to pay for parking.
Right.
Like there's one places we love. It's about an hour from here though. It's the keto. They have a keto recipe, a keto menu.
Yeah.
They only have valet because they're literally, the restaurant is shoehorned into this area and they don't have room for you to park. So they have valet off site. So we have to pay for valet every time we go there.
Yeah.
So there's an extra cost also.
Yeah. All right. So then I do that to get the last bit off of the bottom here.
We're just trying to budget better.
And let me, I forget what I was going to say. Okay, there's that. Now, I know what I was going to ask. Those of you who do your milk kefir, how often do you change your jars that you store it in?
I thought that's actually locked.
No, it does not.
Oh, my bad.
So here is my grains. Now, I just removed half of them yesterday so that, because it was just too much. And I was like, I'm not about to start a third quart because I do have a second quart. It's still in the fridge, and I change that about every 3 days or so. But I was like, I'm not about to start a third quart. So the kefir grates, if I get too many, I give it to the dogs, or I put it in Heath's cheese.
Oh yeah.
And then he gets like, nice little extra little grains in his cheese.
These jars are also from Lynette, right?
Yeah. Okay. So there are my kefir grains. Let's see. There they are. And there's a couple that are like really big.
If this would help or makes it worse, better.
Yeah. And you can see like this one is like, there's a really big one there. But a lot of them, they're kind of small grains. And then whenever he gets up again to wash these, he'll get me the milk to add to this.
Okay. Oh, sure am working a lot for you, boss.
I'm saying. And then, yeah, you still didn't put up your cheese.
I told you.
I did tell him. El Strange said, I do mine 24 hours also. Okay. Well, I don't know. Maybe yours is just thicker to begin with. Sometimes my kefir seems like it gets a little thin. 22 Cat said, I think that's why I'm afraid to start any of the fermenting stuff. I'd have tons of it and just me to eat it all. Yeah. It is
an endeavor.
Yeah, it does get that to that point. That's why, I cut back, and I'm using it to replace other things. So instead of having, sour cream, which saves because we're not having to buy that anymore, I'm using the kefir cheese and then just drinking the kefir every single day. But yeah, it really does start to get a lot. But a good thing about fermented foods is it's going to last a while too. So it's not like, when you get fresh produce and you're like, oh, I got to hurry up and eat it this week, And
also, some of them you found out you can use it to make salad dressing now.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Carrie's here. Hey, Carrie. He said carnivore kefir grades that like heavy cream. I mean, yeah. But they're not really carnivore because they want sugar. That's what they're going for is the sugar. He said, hello, everyone. Just back from church. Well, welcome. And, everybody talking back and forth. That's awesome. And then Carrie said, I now know not to say yo Heath in his left ear, right?
What?
I haven't been out to eat since 2017. Well, that's good.
Now you're just showing off.
I haven't been out to eat in less than 7 days, y'all. Patty said, eating out just doesn't have the pull for me. It's too expensive for what you get, and you got to piece meals together and ask for blah, blah, blah. Eating at home is just simpler. It is a lot simpler to eat at home. I think for me, a lot of it is I like the experience, and I need the milk. And to put this kefir up. Well, here, wait, I'll pour this and then you can put these two up together. Okay, so here it is. I just get the cheap whole milk.
Whatever's on sale.
Sorry, y'all.
Oh, this is fridge? No?
No. Okay, so I'm sorry about that. So I just added the milk to almost full. I know they say like to here, but I do a little bit more generous. And then I put my cap on, and then I don't screw it all the way, but enough to where, like, if I was to lift it up, it has a little pull to it. And then I leave it out on the counter.
We'll put it over there. Oh, I know.
Yeah, on the towel over there.
We always put it on a towel in case it does sweat.
And then that's it. That's all I have to do for the kefir. But yeah, I think for me, the eating out is just, I like the experience. And I think now we kind of know where to go to. So like the other day when we went to Good Company Cantina,
Oh, yeah.
we knew fajitas, right? Yeah. And we know that they swap out a salad, and it's a pretty nice salad.
Yes.
Instead of the rice and beans at no extra charge.
Same thing with Gringos.
Yeah. Well, no, they charge extra for the salad.
But that's what I'm saying is, both those restaurants are about equivalent on price, but we feel like Good Company gives you a little bit better.
Yeah. And then, if we go to like the fish camp, we know that also we get, some good buys there too. So what is this?
Hold on, I'm trying to read. I don't remember how big it is.
10 pounds.
So a couple months ago now, honestly, I think it is. She got I think it was HEB had their drumsticks.
It was Jovi's,
which is still HEB because it's All Hill Country Fare, which is their house brand. They had the chicken legs, drumsticks on sale. So we bought a whole bunch of them. That's what I was eating for my lunches for a while. Mm-hmm. But honestly, I'm kind of tired of them. So I'm going to do something different today.
Okay.
I was planning on cooking some of them today to try right now, but I'm too full. I'm going to take all the skin off of them and fry them up and make almost like chicharrónes with it. And then I'm going to take the legs, throw them in the Instant Pot, cook them down with all the meat falls off. Then I'll harvest that meat and make it into like a chicken salad.
I thought we were going to try to do some wontons. I wanted to try the wontons.
Well, we can because I'm going to separate the skins.
Yeah.
So we can set those aside and do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that on camera.
All right.
Well, I mean, not right this second. You've got a while.
Huh?
You've got a while.
All right. But shouldn't I go ahead and get the cheese out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's why I bought the cream cheese.
I know, but
that was $1.75 I spent.
No, a whole $1.75.
I know.
I ate all that pizza and now I'm not hungry.
But okay, so TweetyQ Cat said months of keto chow fudge for the price of just eating out once. I vote for the fudge.
Right?
I know it really is a good deal.
Yeah, because anytime that's the problem too with going out to eat. For my taste, at least, it seems like the best places are either really high end or semi high end, at least, or very bottom of the barrel. Anything mid range is not very tasty to me, and they're always they're not very accommodating if you do want to do changes.
Well, I would consider Saltgrass mid range.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Saltback, Outback, Longhorn, Texas
Saltback?
Roadhouse. Yeah, Saltback. I figure all those are mid range. Okay. But yeah, tons of keto chow, or even Heath was saying, or more Dutch, because we got some Dutch on the way back, and I was able to use our freebies that we earned, and we got both of our drinks for free at Dutch today.
Because really what honestly started me thinking about it is that time we went to Del Frisco's because we had a free $25.
That was like 5 years ago.
I was still thinking about it. How did that really make us upset? Because we got all of our food. Yeah, we got $25 off. But we were not that impressed with the food like we used to be.
Right.
So what I'm going to do is an attempt to take the skin off of these.
Okay. Rickwood said, I change jars about every 3 days. It depends on how dirty it looks. Easy to do. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I noticed that. What I do a lot, I didn't do it today, But normally what I do is I get a paper towel and I wet it, and then I clean the outside and the rim of it every day. And then when I do that, I tend to not, like, I don't change the jars out that often.
And I'm really sure there's another way of doing this, better way that I'm doing it wrong.
Oh, well, did you want my help, or are you just saying it?
Saying it. I'm putting my finger underneath it so I get to it, though.
Okay.
And?
Oh, well, I would have just ran this line like all the way down.
Okay.
No.
Well, it was all churched up, or bunched up, rather.
No, I would do, has this hand been dirty yet?
Yes.
Do it this way.
Okay. Like that?
Yeah.
Or like that?
No, like that. At the very tip. Yeah. And then go all the way down, because it should be.
It didn't cut it. All it did was move it.
Okay, well, you got to press into it firmly.
Okay, I'll press into it firmly like I did the first time. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It always is cut for me.
I think it also, this knife probably needs to be sharpened.
Well, it cut a lot of the way.
Right.
Carrie said, Shelly, you could utilize your milk. Steve from Sierra's Keto makes mozzarella from whole milk, salt, and white vinegar. He has a recipe. Oh, yeah, that's basic mozzarella. Well, the thing is, for the kefir, I go through a lot of milk just to make kefir. So it's like I need more milk. I'm not having too much milk. What I have too much of is kefir milk. And I don't know if kefir milk would make good mozzarella.
Well,
Rickwood, have you tried that? Rickwood said, if my grates are sitting on the countertop, I start a new batch every morning, quick to change out. Yeah, that's it. Like every day I have to change it out when it's on the counter. Carrie
a little
said,
bit left, but it'll cook off.
Yeah, Carrie said wontons might be too heavy since they are 1 ton, right? He said, I haven't seen a salt bag. Must be a new restaurant. You know, I always come up with new restaurants.
Coming soon.
Right?
That's what I thought.
Oh, and do you think try to spread it out on there? Because I feel like if you clump it, they're gonna
stay clumped.
Yeah, it's gonna be harder to pull them out.
Yeah, this might not be a good idea.
Because I think I've seen other people is they'll get like parchment and lay them all out on the parchment paper.
I shouldn't have been doing this today.
No,
trying to do too much at once, especially getting home late.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. We had such a great morning,
I'm so
y'all.
Sad we left.
I know. We woke up
we ran out
early. Well, I say woke up early. Heath was already up at like 5 a.m., y'all.
Thanks, Delilah and Sam, and she's still outside.
Yes. I woke up, I think, what was it, 7:45 when you woke me up?
The first time.
So, yeah. Which is early for me, especially on a Sunday. But we drove down to Deer Park, LaPorte, like the south part of town. And we got to go to Terry's house. So, Terry, if you're watching, hey, it's nice to meet you.
It was nice seeing your garden, too.
Yes. And I filmed it, y'all, and I'm going to put it in the Warden Report this week. So, be looking for that on Wednesday. So I filmed a lot of her beautiful garden. She had a lovely home, and her garden, like she just took us around the whole garden and showing us everything she had. And
I'm doing this wrong. So there's got to be a better way than what I'm doing.
Probably. And you know how I'm not really good at growing stuff, but she gave me inspiration, and we were talking about it on the way home, like. That would be cool if we could do it. So she does a lot of, what is it called again? Above ground?
Yeah.
I thought there was another term for it.
I don't remember. I'm horrible at this. I can't do two things at once. You know I'm bad at
that. Kind of like container, but it's like pallet or above ground. She said there's actual containers that not containers. They're just raised. Right. That's it. Raised gardening. And she bought them off of, she said Birdie's is what she started with, but they're a little expensive. So she got off of Amazon for like $30. And she said they're really nice. And so far she's used them for 2 years and had, great results with them. So she got that, and she said that, it's been great. And I mean, her garden looks amazing, y'all. And then she, gave some great tips on how to do it. Like she was talking about, you got to make sure you have pollinators. And maybe that's what I did wrong before.
Right? Yeah, I think that, yeah.
Have it so she would have, nice, pretty flowers nearby throughout her garden. And then that draws all of the animals to help pollinate the plants. I see Miss K is here. Hey, and she said maybe some kitchen scissors.
Ooh, that's an idea too, but they're both dirty.
Right. Oh, they are.
Everything's dirty from cook yesterday. That's what I did this morning was load the dishwasher. Do me a favor then. Hand me 2 of those gloves. I slide over these. I can go let her dog in. I might get a couple of those things there. Because this is just embarrassing. Oh, let me do this one first. I was thinking maybe a plate instead of this lid.
Maybe. Which hand?
I don't want to get you, though.
I don't want you to get me either.
High quality TV. I'm sorry,
I'm saying, you don't see this on the Food Network.
Team sport.
Right?
Right?
Maybe don't put your hands far apart to start.
Thank you.
And let Delilah in.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Oh, you have a pair of scissors right there.
What are they? Yeah. What?
All you did was use them to cut open the bag.
Come on.
And this is why we get flies in the house.
Yes, it is.
All you used it was to cut the bag open.
Oh, that's true.
All that work, and now you're taking those gloves off.
Well, that's what I was going to do. I was going to get something else, though.
I'm just playing. I don't know.
I was going to get a plate.
Okay. Okay, Rickwood said, I've used my kefir milk for dressings and things that don't need heat, but haven't tried cheese with it. He freaking loves the cheese. That's
really good on my hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah, it's just so creamy. And yeah, it does make a good dressing as well. If you like creamy dressings, that's really good way to use the kefir milk is for dressings. But yeah, the cheese, especially as a dip. I like it as a dip because, we've used it on wings before, or what else did we use for a dip? I feel like there was something else we did as a dip one time.
I know we did like mashed cauliflower, almost like a stuffed baked potato style, and use that as a sour cream. But I don't know for anything else we'd use it as a dip for.
The wings. Carrie said, I was up before midnight. Well, I mean, I was too.
Right.
And then I went to sleep. Miss K said, maybe some kitchen scissors. Well, let's see how this works, y'all. Carrie said, most of the time, Food Network has their people doing stuff for the chefs behind the scenes. Yeah, I know.
I know. I need me a Food Network chef.
I know. I just playing. Let's see. So, yeah, her garden just had so many great things. And so Heath and I were talking on the... Huh?
It's not cutting.
Yeah.
We were talking?
Yeah. And we were saying it would be really cool if we could grow the peppers. Like she had a jalapeno plant and she had several jalapenos on it. And then she also had a poblano one. Both of those would be awesome. But I was like, yeah, if we get our own peppers, like grow our own cayenne and habaneros. I mean, we definitely have the for it because it's so hot. But I was like, yeah, if we could start doing that, like then we would have Parker's peppers. And then we would basically be growing our own peppers that we use for our own seasoning. So I think that would be really cool. Okay. I don't see how that's better than the...
no, not this one. I have one that's not serrated.
But I feel like this knife would be better.
You do what now?
I said, I think the Perry knife works better.
I know, but I don't. That's why I'm doing this. It's the same knife, just a bigger version.
Okay.
Not big hands can do it.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what it is.
That's too finite.
All right. And so yeah, we were like, that would be really cool if we could do the peppers.
Yes.
And then, have that going. And then eventually when we open an LLC, we could have LLC for Hungry Heat and another one for Parker's Peppers, if that's not already taken.
Right.
And yeah, but that would be fun. So maybe the raised bed would be good. And like she was saying, if you do the container, that is really expensive to do container ones. But you have to really baby them, she says, versus when you do a raised bed, it does a lot of the work for you. And she's like, over time, it looks even better. So I think that would be...
Yeah, it seems like that was a lot easier.
Okay. I think that would be something, maybe we could do a raised bed. She was given tips on, where to find out in your yard, especially our yard. Y'all have seen before how it floods so bad. Like it floods in one part of the yard, and then the over yard where I would like it, it's like barren over there. So she was giving us tips on how to figure out. And then Terry said she'd even come to our house to help us like get it all set up, and then also help in, this would be good, and this is what you do here. And then so yeah, maybe that would be something
better. Just that knife alone.
Oh, good. But I would be excited to do that and just see, doing the peppers, I think would be fun. And like she said, peppers do really well here in Texas. And El Strange said, I bet y'all would be good at growing peppers.
We can try.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes, right? I would like to try. It'll be something to budget and get that going. And I don't know if we're too late in the season for that, or if we're still in a good place.
But then also I'm thinking, if we're going to be traveling, are we able to maintain all that stuff while we're traveling?
Well, we'll be traveling next March, which is before pepper season.
Okay.
Patty said peppers aren't hard to grow at all. Okay, Patty. I'm hoping. And Brenda said, we grew peppers in buckets from Heat's employer. You can move them around. Okay. In buckets. See, anytime I've tried with the bucket, I think that's the problem is... because she said she does some of her herbs, like she said, mint, you never want to plant mint. You want it in buckets. And the same thing with the rosemary. She does it in buckets. But anytime I've tried to grow in buckets, I don't know. I'm not good at it. So I feel like I need to actually get, put it in something stable. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe we're not building the soil right on the bucket.
Well, that's what I think, because she was explaining how you build the soil on the raised bedding. Use cardboard first, and then twigs and leaves and stuff on top of that, and then finally a really good planting soil on top of that. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. I've never done that before. I've done the rocks. So when I tried to grow herbs last year, I did the pebbles first and then the really good soil, and they still died.
Can you do me a favor, possibly? Right on the other side of this computer is our Cajun Creole seasoning.
Oh, okay.
And just dust it on top of that. Because then I'll put more on top. We'll layer it.
Okay.
That should be good. Perfect.
Okay.
We're just eyeballing it because I'm just going to keep layering them on top.
Oh, Keto Simple. Hey, Dustin
brother.
said, hello all. I just woke up from my nap.
Well,
how
I bet
nice.
you gotta get up like early to do your live.
Right? Rickwood said, it's easier to put your raised bed near your water source.
Oh, see, you said over there by the
air conditioner, which is right by the hose.
Right.
See? And I think it does, because she said you want it to get at least 6 to 8 hours of sleep.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I think that area does get a lot of sun over there, because I feel like in the morning when I let the dogs out, I see the sun coming from this side and then slowly goes over there. I don't know. We'll see. That's why I'm like, oh, it's just Rickwood said too late for starting from seeds. You can buy starts.
That's true too.
To do the seeds from now,
and we don't have to do everything right away. Right, you know.
We're right, because we
don't want to throw a whole bunch of money at it and decide we don't want to do it.
I know.
Like right now, I'm thinking about, do I really want to skin all these?
Yeah.
I'm also kind of leery about cutting towards you.
Well, me too. But yeah, and that's the thing too. So this might be something maybe we start next year, and I feel like it's something that'll give me time to really research, plan ahead, budget for all this stuff. And so, yeah, it's probably too late to start like now, since it's basically May. It's going to be May.
Okay. Remember she said too, some of the stuff she got is whenever they were going out of season, or the freeze was coming, so they had to dump a bunch of stuff. Right.
So, yeah, because she had different fruit trees, y'all. I was like, and she let us taste some of it. Do you still have it in your?
No, I ate it.
No, not my rosemary. But she gave us some rosemary. I have eaten some of it, but yeah, she gave us some of her rosemary. I freaking love rosemary. And then we got to try, what were those snap peas? What are they called? Snap peas.
I didn't know it. You could just eat them just like they are.
Yeah.
I had to cook them.
Oh. And then she also let us try, what was the other thing? She said it was some kind of a berry, right?
Mulberry.
No. Well, we did try a mulberry, which was amazing. But no, what was the little one that I brought you half of it? Oh, Terry, are you in here?
Some kind of tomato, I thought.
No, it wasn't a tomato, but it was really good. It wasn't real sweet. That's what I liked.
Awesome.
But yeah, she had a lot of really good stuff. I was really excited. So El Strange said, might be too late to start seeds. Maybe if you can find plants. I see them at the farmers markets. Right. But again, I feel like it's still too late for us this year.
Right.
This is something to plan for. And I know a lot of people, what I've heard from others is a lot of the stuff you plant like in February and March. So yeah, we're probably way past that. And that's what she was talking about, is she gets a lot of seeds and she pays like a nickel, and then she gets like her tomatoes. I mean, like she had tons of tomatoes growing, and I was like, oh my gosh, those look amazing. Right. A lot of really good stuff coming out. And she was like, I started from a seed. Patty said the key to buckets is watering twice a day. That's what I do. Oh, see, and that might be my issue too, because I guess sometimes I feel like I get a little too much going on, right?
Right. Well, see, my problem too is like I have an alarm set to change the filter on the AC. I do it once a month. But say it's coming on today, sometimes I'll just hit the button and skip it, and in 3 days from now, I'll remember I need to do it. Well, we can't do that if we set alarms for that.
Right.
So we need to do it when it tells us.
Yeah. Keto Simple said crushed powdered eggshells are great for soil, I've heard. I've heard that too. And
what
I've
about
heard
your coffee?
Yeah, coffee grinds. Well, I think coffee grinds are really good for keeping away pests.
Another thing I forgot to do. We're supposed to restart the dehydrator.
Oh.
I was supposed to do it at lunch.
Oh, okay. Well, you need to check on them because they should be ready by now. But yeah, but I've heard that same thing. And, as much as he goes through eggs, we would have tons of egg. We can make tons of egg powder. And I've made eggshell powder before. Because again, I've heard it used for different things. So I know how to do that. And it's him eating 28 eggs a week. I mean, we have a lot of eggshells. Patty said, so I missed. What are you doing with the chicken? Also, yum, air fried chicken skins.
Exactly. Well, I'm getting tired of just eating chicken legs. I want to do something different. I really do get burnt out. So I'm trying to repurpose what I have. So I'm just gonna cook these chicken legs in the Instant Pot till the meat falls off, and I'll just make a chicken salad with it or something like that.
For your lunches for
My
the
lunches
week.
or for the week, yeah. And then we're just gonna do snacks with the chicken skins and just do a little experiment.
Yeah, I want to try making a few
Wonton.
wontons with it. So I bought some cream cheese yesterday.
Because we're thinking about doing this. We've been talking about doing it for at least 6 months now.
A year.
Well, we have 2 whole turkeys and one whole chicken in the freezer. We were talking about doing this, taking the skin off all 3 of those birds to do this. And I'm like, well, I could do the same thing with this.
Yeah, they look like they're going to be a good size. So
Right.
we're going to see how this turns out, y'all. Stay tuned. We'll probably make them here in a little bit. Brenda said, pretty sure Aldi has a small raised bed this week. Oh, goodness, Brenda. Oh, goodness. Look, going to make me want to go check out Aldi again.
I guess I need to go by, make a trip on Tuesday, and go look and see, report back, do reconnaissance.
El Strange said, I say it too. It's going to be May. Right? I've been seeing all of those memes again.
All the time of year.
March, April, and then a picture of
what's his name?
Justin
Timberlake.
Yeah, Justin Timberlake. And every time I see the meme, I have to sing it. I'm like, y'all need to stop posting this meme because I'm over here. It's gonna be May.
I just don't know if I spread these out if they're all kind of stick to each other though.
Right. I don't know. Rickwood said, look for mineral containers on Offer Up. They come from farms who feed their cows minerals. Oh, they last for years and are big enough to grow your plants.
That's basically what she has. Those
okay.
The ones she had. That's basically what those are.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's good. And then she said, do your research, Shelly, but it can be a lot of work to plant, weed, water, harvest, try to process when you're overwhelmed with produce. Just saying, farmer's market. I know. I think, that's my thing
that's
too.
Also, we know why they're so proud of their prices.
Right. And, Terry's very fortunate because she said she's retired. So, now she's
just showing off.
Right. And so she could do a lot of this. And I feel like, well, both of us working a full-time job and
wanting to travel.
And traveling and all of that. That's why I'd rather start small. Maybe get like one of those containers. But then, and do like a few plants and see, but then that's why I got to research, price it all up, and think, okay, is this worth investing X amount in?
And then also decide where we're going to plant first.
The peppers
and tomatoes.
Oh, and tomatoes. So, but yeah, I do need to do a lot of research and probably start. She also had some channels she was going to recommend and maybe watch some of those and just see from there. I mean, it's definitely inspirational seeing her garden. Again, I want to. How about that? I want to.
There's wants and needs.
Right. And I'm just like, oh, but will I? Will I actually follow through with doing all of that? Because, sometimes I just want to be lazy, and
the cost of doing all that we could also spend on going up to eat. Call back.
Patty I say get one container, go buy one jalapeno plant and start small. Play with it slowly. Yes. And she said, good idea. Too. See, I think that would be the good idea. And I I think that's one thing I never thought of because I really don't have any plants here. I have lots of trees, but no real plants. So maybe that's the thing is I need to get flowers rather, to put near it so that then they pollinate correctly.
That's
and maybe
what it is. We didn't build the whole ecosystem.
Right. And so maybe that's the reason why I've had such horrible luck is I'm short-sighted in what we're doing.
We didn't build the whole puzzle.
Right. And doing that and kind of understanding the whole thing. So maybe we'll see how it goes. It would be something fun to do. And I like the whole idea, and I really like the idea of having Parker's peppers.
Yes. You need to Google that quick before somebody else snatches it. Because remember, like Keto Chow did, that's why they'd use that weird XYZ.
Yeah. But I think that would be fun, have Parker's Peppers supplying Hungry Heat's spice blends, right?
Yeah.
And then we could grow chili peppers because we do use a lot of chili powders in several of our seasonings. So that would be fun, right? Like to get all of that going.
It would be nice. I want to do the cayenne peppers.
Yeah.
Right now we're buying already made cayenne powder.
Yeah.
It would be nice if we can make our own.
Like all of it to make our own would be fun.
The only thing we would not make would be the salt.
Right. Yeah, that's a little hard to raise salt. I'm just joking. I know salt isn't a plant. Rickwood said, you also want to go with heirloom seeds. As costs are going up, you could save seed-wise. Oh, see? Okay. See, y'all know so much more about doing all of this
That's why we want to talk to them, too.
Right, than I would. And so, yeah. See, so much to research and figure out.
It's garden by committee.
That's right. Y'all can help us with all of that. But yeah, so we'll see how this goes, right? It's definitely fun. Brittany said we're at the beginning of our growing season in Ohio. Well, there you go. That's nice.
Is it going to be like the financial thing and the kefir thing where everybody's going to be planning now?
Yeah, right. All of a sudden we start.
Y'all are amazing. Thank you.
See, that's really good. And yeah, she started planting a lot of this stuff, and I couldn't believe she has a cantaloupe plant, and I mean these cantaloupes they're already there. I mean she said there's many cantaloupes, but they were flourishing. Like her garden looks really good.
I'm impressed. It almost looks commercial.
I know, like better than a commercial. Like her tomato plants, I was astounded with all of the tomatoes.
We should be doing that, I guess, because you know me, I love tomatoes.
I know, but then you also heard her after what was it, May or June? She doesn't get any more tomatoes because it's too hot.
All right. Well,
so that means you would only have them for like a month or two.
And then we go to HEB like we do now.
So then is it saving?
No, but I still get tomatoes.
Patty said, I planted peppers in late May and early June and had wonderful harvest. You're not too late to start. Yeah, look at you, Patty. You're like, yeah, come on. You could do it, Shelly.
But it's hot. That's why I haven't done it.
Well, yeah. But if we do the container, like they said, we would just have it, on the side of the house there by the water. And then we just go out when we take the dogs, water it. Oh, and I thought this was really cool. What she did is she takes old
containers or no pallets.
She takes old laundry detergent bottles
that part.
And puts holes in the bottom. So in the containers, then she buries those, and then all she has to do is unscrew the lid and add the water, and then that water's from underneath. Those little things. I was like, wow, you were so good. Like all these things I wouldn't thought of. So that would be something too.
Well, it's like I told you before, when you have a hard job, you find a lazy man. He'll show you an easy way to do it.
Right?
Okay. No, again.
Oh, again?
Please.
Okay. Was that good?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
I love this rosemary, you guys. That's so good. And it was so cool that, she would share and pluck off a little bit to give to us.
Here, taste this.
I know. It was like going to a sample produce area where you got to go through and, let me try that. Let me try that. I was having fun. Rickwood said, watch a lot of YouTube channels to get an idea if you would like doing that stuff. I watch a lot of homestead channels, but they are farming full time. You would be a hobby farmer. Right. Yeah. Because, I watch Fermented Homestead. I know you watch Anna too, Rickwood.
Because Dr. Barry has a one too.
Yes, that's right.
So
but when I watch Anna, Joe, and I saw you comment on one of hers about, remember she was making the El Ruderai yogurt? And I saw you comment and explain to her what had happened. But I love Anna because she's just like, oh, well, what's the worst that's going to happen, right? She just, this screw up happened, so we'll just see what happens, right? I mean, that's kind of like my attitude too. Well, we'll just see what happens. But I see hers, And like last year, like she said, last year when I started watching her, she was like, oh, there was just several days and a couple weeks that she didn't get to tend the garden at all. And she's like, so I lost all of this, and these got burned up, and this got infested, and blah, blah, blah. So it really is like a full-time job to do that stuff.
Want to do that's what I'm thinking.
Right. And that's why I'm like, I don't want to have like Anna. I mean, she's got, a lot going on, and she has, different sections for different things. I'm like, I think for us, at least for several years, we're just going to have fun making
the 5 spices.
Right. Just having like a few plants and going from there. But I don't know if I'd ever get to like somebody like Anna and have like everything, and then have pigs and chickens and
never trust a pig farmer. That's what I was told.
Well, she had to sell or butcher a lot of her pigs because it was just too much, she said. Rickla, Anna is a hoot. She's so funny, and sometimes I watched traditional something on the screen there. Traditional homestead, Pecan Grove, and Deep South Homestead, and Heir to Ground Homestead.
Wow.
Oh, wow. That is a lot. Yeah, she is a hoot. I like her, and not so much because, and I found her because of the fermentation. And so that's really what I watch her for. I do watch her homestead videos, when she's showing like the farm and what she's doing. Like, this week where she had all the tomatoes and all that stuff. But honestly, like I watched that and I'm like, I'm so glad I'm not doing all that.
And remember too, a while back you're saying you wanted to move and get a piece of property so we can do all this.
Right. Well, I know.
A whole undertaking.
Yeah, it would. Well, because you see someone like Anna, and Anna's just like, well, this is what happened. And she just lays it out there like this is real life. And oh, well.
Then you're going to be like one of them ones that live off the grid.
Right? Right. Oh, yeah. Y'all, do you, several of you probably know, what was their channel again? Nicole's channel. I forget what it was now.
Keto. Cool Kid Keto.
Cool Kid Keto. Thank you. I kept seeing the K and I was like, it's not making sense. So Cool Kid Keto, Nicole and Hans, those of you that have been around a while probably do. So I ran into Nicole yesterday at the HEB I went to. So now I know where she's at. So I go bug her.
Stalk her.
Right. I could stalk her. And if you're friends with Nicole, you saw where they recently got some property, and that's their goal is to eventually live off the grid and have, chickens and goats and everything up there and have their own produce and all. So I'm like, okay, well, you'll need to be like showing us all of that stuff.
And bring the channel back and do all that.
Right. But yeah, I was just like, wow, that's something. I mean, we talk about it, right? We talk about, we're going to get some property and blah, 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 blah. But what is this saying? Brass tax? What is it?
I have no idea, seriously. Intentions is all I've ever heard.
Honestly, though, when I think about it, like long term, I'm like, where we live
is perfect.
It really is I feel very, very privileged.
Yes.
Where we're at because we have so much diversity when it comes to like grocery stores.
Yes.
Such easy access, great farmers markets here, and everything is, I wouldn't say convenient, but it's
within an hour, usually.
Yeah, everything that we could ever want is within an hour, right? For our type of lifestyle.
Yes.
Because we were talking on the way home, we saw like a big RV called Vengeance. I was like, that's a weird name for an RV is Vengeance,
like
the Vengeance line.
Apocalypse.
But I was like, I could not see us like having an RV.
This one's broken.
Oh, wow. I can't see us like it's a neat idea to say, we'll just, go buy some property and live off the land and everything. But when it comes down to it, I don't actually foresee us doing that.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. You don't want to empty the brown water off of an RV, but you're gonna go raise stuff on the land on the
animals.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
No,
I like the idea, but when it comes down to it, I like how convenient where we live is, and I'm like, our home will be paid for here, and
why are we starting over
long before we retire, and it'll be great. And then I would much rather just travel places and have fun doing that. And this be our right, and this be our main area of living. And then we could just travel places and have a lot more fun
and
doing
visit
that.
People.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why we're doing the road trip. So we want to come see everybody.
Yeah.
And that's why we're planning next year. We'll do the West Coast.
Well, you mean 26, not next year.
The next year.
Patty said, yes, keep it small. It's a lot of work. And I think that's definitely, we got to keep it small. Oh, here's another question for you. Nanu Pat, hey, said, what were your first signs and symptoms of MS? That's a good one.
I was working construction, and my job, I was quality control, or that's what they called it anyways. I would go into the houses to measure for cabinets. I wasn't watching what I was doing, and I tripped and fell into the house. I hit my head really, really bad. And it started giving me really, really bad vision problems. And several months before then, I would get in a drop leg, remember? Like I would notice it when I was going to put on my shoes. I was sitting on the side of the bed, putting my shoes and socks on, and my legs would feel funny.
Well, I would say really your first symptom before this, when you found out you were no longer a diabetic. Remember, you went to the doctor because you were having that MS band.
Yeah. And he just kept saying, oh, it was just your MS. I mean, it's just your diabetes. Like, well, I'm not a diabetic anymore. So what is it?
Well, at the time we didn't know. And he was just like, oh, I'm sure it's your diabetes. And he's like, but it's like right here. And what you said, it felt like a belt around your midsection, right?
Yes.
That was really his first symptoms.
Yes, that's
and
true.
I feel
like
we kind of like you kind of had that like every now and then before then.
Right.
Even before we were keto every now and then. But then, so we had just been keto for about 3 months.
Yeah.
And so he went to the doctor to find out why, because he got more and more frequent.
Yes.
With the band. And the doctor was like, oh, it's because you're a diabetic. And I'm like, that doesn't even sound like a diabetic symptom. Like I took care of my mother, and she was a really bad diabetic. My late stepfather was, and I've never heard anyone say
diabetic band.
Yeah, diabetic band. I've never heard anyone talk about that. But this doctor, he was one of those that, you're overweight, you're a diabetic, and that's the element of everything.
The way I applied it or understood it was when the only tool you have is a hammer, everything is a nail.
Right. And that's
his approach.
Yeah. And so then he was like, I was like, I really don't think it's diabetes. And he's like, yeah, it is. And I was like, okay, we'll do his A1C. And so he did it. And the next day he called him. He's like, oh, well, you're no longer a diabetic. You can stop taking your metformin.
I should stop taking it because it can be harmful, he said.
Yeah, and then he was like, okay, fine and cool, because we had already figured after being keto for several months that probably wasn't going to be an issue anymore. And he's like, okay, that's fine and good. Now, what is this band around me? And he's like, I don't know. You'll have to get an MRI done. But then the insurance would never approve it. And so we never got the MRI done because I guess he just couldn't get insurance approval. Right.
No necessity on their end.
So then it was like a year later,
right?
That's when he fell and hit his head. And because he hit his head,
that's when
then that's when they approved getting an MRI done. And then that's when we found out he had lesions and therefore had MS.
But on the good part about that though, it's been 2 years, no new lesions.
Right.
And I really credit that to my diet. I really do.
Yeah.
And because I quit, I guess that's part of the diet. I quit eating pecans and peanuts.
No, you eat pecans.
Peanuts and almonds.
But also, I really think even better is the diet sodas.
Yes.
Once he cut out the diet sodas.
I really got better.
then it really helped. Brenda S said, I'm actually a big fan of the grid. I'm right. I like my electricity.
Yes.
My internet.
Yes.
Because
when it works.
I know, right? But, you know, like that's.
I'm a big fan of the grid. I like that.
Because that's my thing, too, is I'd be like, oh, I don't want to, like, go without internet. And.
Because, see, before we were thinking about it, this is pre-keto. We're like, well, we don't want to live anywhere where we can't get delivery pizza.
Yeah, that was his thing.
Yeah. Now, I can't remember the last time we got delivery pizza.
And, you know, several of y'all have shared how much you have to pay for groceries at different places.
Yes.
And I'm like,
and how far they have to travel.
Right. And so, like, because one of the places I've always loved is Estes Park.
Yes.
But I remember when we were at Estes Park, now things might have changed over the last 6-7 years since we were there. There was only one grocery store in that whole town, or you had to travel closer to Denver, which is like a little over an hour away drive. And so otherwise you were shopping at, I think it was Randall's, wasn't it? And to me, Randall's has always been expensive.
They're very proud of their stuff.
Right. So I was like, oh, then we would only have the one store. They're already going to charge more because they're the only store.
Right.
And, you know, yes, it would be wonderful to live up on the mountain. And I love that. But then at the same time.
Oh, no.
Oh. We got it close, y'all.
Fun times in the kitchen.
But at the same time, it's like maybe this is me getting older.
Well, and wiser.
But I'm really enjoying the that we have here, especially when I hear so many of y'all say, "Oh, I don't have Aldi," or "I don't have Sprouts," or you know, "We don't have HEB." Like or, you know, the different stores, or you're like, oh, Costco's an hour and a half from here, or Sam's an hour drive to get there. And I'm like, wow, we could get to at least 3 Sam's all within 30 minutes.
Right.
And
then we complain then is, oh, this one doesn't carry the cheese I like.
Right. Well, that now we have to go to this other Sam's, you know, but it's all right there.
Yeah, it's first world problems.
And that's what it's like. Well, I mean, I really do like that. I like having all these nice accesses to everything that I just don't know.
We would not adapt well.
Yeah, I think I would be. But I guess if you're able to have your own garden and everything, it's not as much of a deal. But I don't know. I really like it. And then plus, Houston, you know, we have a really nice international airport.
Right.
So for people who our main goal, our rich life is traveling.
Yes.
I'm like, you know, that's really convenient. In fact, it's the closest airport to us. Like we're about 15 minutes from an international airport.
Yeah.
And
30 minutes depending on traffic.
Yeah.
At most.
But we could get on a plane and travel nonstop to Europe, to Hawaii, to a lot of places nonstop. And it's like, you know, kind of like if we move somewhere in the middle of nowhere, well, then when we want to travel, which is all the time. So
I have to drive to the store. Now I have to drive to the airport.
I know.
Because remember when we got off the cruise where you got sick? It was a 4-hour road taxi ride.
I know.
To the airport.
I know.
So.
Oh, no. Nana Pat says, I have weird tingling in my thigh from time to time. I have often wondered if my way of eating takes it back into remission.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, I think his way of eating, now for him, I think he still needs the medication because we did try going without the medication.
Yeah.
And he still had a flare up. And then that's when the doctor was like, well, you didn't want to use medication. So this is what happens.
And
now,
he did up my meds from 7 milligram to 14.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's still the same size pill, though.
But I think part of that was you were also, you know, having the almonds and the peanuts.
Yes.
And I think, were you having diet sodas at the time?
Yeah.
Not every day, though. But occasionally, anytime we went out to eat.
Yes, anytime we went out to eat.
So
and
I
when
think
we went on the cruise, so that's the going out to eat. So
yeah. So he still had to have the medication, but maybe if you're super clean, Like nothing inflammatory. And there's a little piece of chicken right here. Move the lid. There you go. I think if maybe you were, this no advice, but I would say if you are super clean and you don't eat anything inflammatory, so no almonds or peanuts or legumes, basically, peanuts a legume, because of the lectins and the other thing that's in them, I think you probably could keep it at bay. But, if you continue to have it more frequently, then, yeah, you probably want to go get an MRI and just get it checked out.
Right. Okay. I'm going to throw this bag away.
Just see, everybody's illness is different.
That's the thing. That's what they told us is really bad about treating it. Because we could be in a room with 10 people who have MS, and not all 10 of us will have the same symptoms.
Right. But if you get it every now and then, and so part of the issue too with teeth is we were in a really bad car accident about 2 years before the cruise, right?
Oh.
Maybe a year before the cruise, something like that. But anyways, so how he got hurt in the cruise is it kind of messed with his left leg.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah, my left knee always messes with me now.
So we don't know if his left knee that messes with him and his ankle and stuff is because of that cruise. I mean, not the cruise, because of the car accident. Because he did get some steroid injections, but they still didn't seem to help, or if it's MS related. But,
right, because that could have been, I just wasn't diagnosed back then, but I had it, you know what I mean?
Right, exactly. So we don't know. I know he did get like the tingling in his arm, because I remember when we went to the Grand Canyon, you experienced that, and that was before we were keto, but then it would go away.
Yeah, but I may have had it then too, though.
Right, that's what I mean. Yeah. You might have, and it really wasn't until you hit your head.
Right.
And maybe it's because we now know.
Right. Well,
I don't know.
Entertain the truth for a second. I'm going to run to the bathroom, and then we're going to come back and start working on a couple of those, I guess.
Okay. Carrie said the chickens are in Heath's bed with all those drumsticks, right? Yeah. And Heath's the drummer. No, he's not the drummer. He's the bass player. And he's got the chickens playing the drums. Okay, Rick Whitson. Yeah, the advantage of living near an international airport. I'm within 25 miles of the Atlanta airport in the mountains. I would have to fly back to Atlanta to go back to somewhere else. Muddy. Yeah, that's the thing. Is that it is really nice. And I feel like, too, where we're situated in Houston, Texas, or just Texas in general, you're kind of in the middle. Like anybody who lives in Oklahoma, Kansas, any of these like middle states, it's kind of a really good location because it's the same time if you want to go to the East Coast or the West Coast, right? It's the same distance basically for us. So, that makes it convenient too. Whereas if we move somewhere like Colorado, then it's going to be a little further west, which means it's going to take a little longer and usually cost a little more to go anywhere. So, and I have to say, I do like that Texas, I don't have to file state taxes. I know that's a little thing, but that would definitely be a bit of a culture shock to me because I have never filed state taxes in my life. Because I've always lived in Texas and it's never been a thing. And I'll hear, different coworkers that like live in Missouri or other states. And they're like, oh yeah, I got this on my federal, but I got to pay this on state. And I'm like, oh, you have to pay state tax? Oh, that seems odd. Like for me, it seems odd. It's weird to have to file that. So that would be a change if we moved to Colorado. Just filing state taxes would be weird.
Right? Okay.
And the cream cheese.
Yeah. Hold on, because I have an idea with that too.
Ooh.
Hold on, let me carry these. Hold on. Use this.
But yeah, so I really do like not having to deal with the state. Now I do know that we end up paying because our sales tax is like 8.25%. So I mean, we're still paying taxes, but I don't know. It's a little of the advantage, right? Not just so because sales tax, it's only if you're buying stuff. But then I think our property taxes maybe is a little bit higher for that.
The container.
Yeah, I had it there the other day, but I don't know. So that would be the other reason. And so far it's worked really well for us, traveling from here. We really enjoy that. Like next year, it's really not that far to go all the way to Columbus. Yeah, that fits.
Right?
All right.
Okay, do you want, since you're not really typing or anything, really, you can use the gloves and then build those the way you want and just put them in here and I'll carry them over.
Oh, you going to get me some gloves?
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to get the gloves for you, yeah.
Going to get me gloves. And Patty said, state taxes suck.
I think taxes in general do. I hate paying money anyways.
She said, I think Oklahoma has a spoken and unspoken law that if you don't have children, you owe every single year.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
You need another drink? Are you good? I figure while I'm up.
Oh, I'm good.
Yeah. And that's another thing we need to worry about too, or celebrate. All those cans, we always recycle those and get money for those.
Ooh.
And then, I didn't show them. Y'all saw us seasoning those chicken legs. I threw them all in the Instant Pot, so I had the whole 10 pounds in there. And I'm cooking them for an hour on high.
Oh.
And like I said, I'm just going to pull the bones, set them to the side, save those. We're going to take them and make a bone broth with them later. We'll probably freeze them. In a couple of weeks, I'll make a bone broth.
Because the other thing I've done, if you follow Mary's Nest, hey, Lisa, if you follow her, and I never do this, y'all, so here we go. She saves all of the onion skins and the tops of like carrots and everything, and she puts them all in a freezer bag, and I filled this freezer bag. And so when she makes her beef stock, she uses all of that, and that really flavors everything. So I have a whole bag full of all these onion skins and all kinds of other stuff.
The core from like the bell peppers.
Yeah, the garlic skins, turmeric skins, all of that. I've just shoved into this freezer bag. It is full. So I'm like, so it is time to make some stock because...
And I have like 3 bags in the freezer of the bones.
Oh, wow.
So I think if I layered them in here like this, like I just did all the full one, with the meat, I think I can put them all in there. Or at least make 2 batches. And we have enough leftover jars, too. We can do our own.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see, y'all.
This
one's got a little bit of skin on it.
Okay. Well, yeah, the whole thing's skin.
No, I mean not skin, meat.
But that's what I was going to show you, too.
Oh. Uh-huh.
Well, we have a whole bunch of seasoning from Working Good.
Oh.
So I figured we could just dust these with that.
All right. So let's see. This is our little trial here.
This one here, I also have this from Flat Iron. Did you want to season those or no?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay. Oh, that's going to be scary. Because look at the opening on that one, y'all. See how big those are? It's really going to come out.
Here, you want to do it inside here? There you go.
Oh, whoa.
All right. Let's see if we can try to like.
So I'm just wondering how many you want to do at once.
I don't know, like 5, 6.
Okay, that's fine. It's about time we did this, right?
Right?
We only talk about it, a year?
I think a couple years, actually.
I think the last time we bought a whole turkey, I think when we started talking about it.
All right. We'll see.
But I have a whole plethora of these Working Good seasonings. They can't even see it. So I didn't know if they would work good to do that. Because I thought especially when we're doing just the skins.
Yeah.
All
right.
It's out of the way. You ready? You can go do them or what?
Well, no, that's only 2.
Oh, I don't know.
Here, since your hands are clean, why don't you put the cheese in each of these?
Oh, okay. Let's trade.
Yeah.
We'll do an assembly.
Uh-huh. No. Oh, okay, that's fine. No, don't touch it.
Ugh.
Okay.
But I thought we had more comments.
No, we're caught up right
Oh,
now.
wow.
I'm going to try rolling this one in the skin. We'll just see which turns out. So we're just doing live testing here, y'all.
Live test kitchen.
All right. So I rolled that one up.
Then we can
And
do that.
just cut that in half.
This one in half? Okay.
Yeah, that's a bit too much, I feel like.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, here's one. Let's see how that goes. It just
We'll take
turn
it
it
off.
the other way. There. All right, here we go.
And here, I'll just drop it. And then you can just pick it up. Yeah.
So we'll try rolling this one too. And this one's almost like a pocket.
Good.
The way you.
Oh, it didn't break it all the way?
Yeah.
We want the skizzers?
Nope. Let's see, y'all. What do you think?
I don't wonder if you have too many of these.
No.
This
stop.
last one, that's it.
Oh, okay.
Well, worst case, I'll eat it.
No, that's fine. Do it.
I love cream cheese. I can eat it by itself, too.
Right? All right. Let's do this one.
Oh,
That's all right.
and then we'll call it good for now, and I'll go
Are
bowl.
you going to season those?
Oh, I guess so. I'm going to do them all a little different, though.
Okay.
This is the bacon seasoning.
Mm. Okay.
But also, that's why I got that knife out, though.
I don't know, y'all. We're going to see how this goes, right?
It's kind of clumped up.
Didn't they say, isn't it a thing like if you put, is it baking soda or baking powder? It's supposed to help get the skin crispier?
Well, I have no idea. Seriously.
That's what I'm asking them.
Ask the horde.
That's what I thought.
This is recipe by committee.
Right. All right. Let's see. I mean, if this works out, that'd be a great thing to do with like some drumsticks, right, y'all?
This one's onion sour cream.
You want me to go put them in? Oh, wow.
No, let me open it for you. I was going to do it because I got these other gloves.
Well, I was going to spread them out a certain way.
Okay. I'll open it. No, it's
Baking powder and keep some space between the skins to get them crispier.
Oh, okay.
Is the baking powder, is that the one in this cabinet? I don't know if it's soda or powder.
What do we need?
Baking powder.
Powder.
And then get a little measuring.
Oh, this looks... Oh, no.
Wait a second. Ooh, that's way too much.
Huh? Sorry, we'll be right back.
Yeah, if you want to just leave it here, I'll.
Well, I'm trying to find the thing. One of the smaller one. And there's a lid.
If you want, put it kind of down here and I'll roll it in there. Let's see. We'll be right back.
Is that enough? Yes or no?
A little bit more.
All right, that does make more sense, like you said. She's already gloved up, so let her load those. Because let me see here. Brenda says, baking powder, thank you. And my eyes are not adjusting to this.
Well, just talk to him. Tell him about your MS. What did you do this week? Tell about the tree.
Oh, So yeah, last week you saw where I had all those long tree limbs stacked out in the yard. I remember on my the thumbnail for this. Well, the trash people did not pick them up. So I was researching it, and we read up on it, and it says we have to put stuff out there that's less than 5 foot at the end of the road, and they'll pick it out once a month on a heavy heavy trash day. Maybe that's why they didn't pick it up yet. Maybe it's not that time of the month. So yeah.
Once a week.
Oh, it was? Okay then. Maybe I misread that. I do apologize. So they did not pick it up. So this morning I have a dolly that I can fold up. It's a 2-wheel dolly that also turns over to a 4-wheel dolly where I can push. So I rolled it out to the street and stacked all the stuff on there. And I parked it on the side of the house by my back gate. Well, Tuesday morning, before it gets really hot, and if it's not raining, I'm going to go out to my, push it up by my garage and slice them up into smaller pieces. Right now, I made sure they were 4 foot or smaller to make sure it was less than 5, but they still didn't pick it all up. So I went out to the yard, out to the street, and picked them all up, brought them all back to the house. Now I'm going to go to my chop saw in the garage and cut them up to put them in the trash can and put them out to the street. See, fingers crossed, they'll take them then. If not, I'm going to have to go take them to the dump, which is going to be fun too. That means I'm going to have to load them up into the truck, carry them down there, and then pull them out of the truck. That's more work. Mm-hmm. So that's what I did first thing this morning. I had a busy morning. I woke up with the dogs. I cooked my breakfast. I had one slice left of that prime rib we made. So I had that, and I topped it with all the gravy from last night's dinner. Then I used the same pan that we made the gravy in. There's a little bit of remnants in it. So I used it, added some butter, and maybe some dirty eggs. So I had scrambled eggs, a steak and eggs for breakfast. And then I put some of that kefir cheese on it and a little bit of my hot sauce. Then y'all saw what I had for lunch. And this looks like it's going to be dinner, I guess.
No, we're having salmon for dinner.
Oh, that's right.
We're having a salmon. I found a whole bunch of salad blends on sale. Uh-huh. And then these you want to just fry up. Oh, yeah. You know what? That reminds me. Uh-huh. All right.
Oh, you know what you can get too then?
What?
While you're still there in front of the fridge, we have that chicken seasoning. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Let's dust these with that.
Yeah, there you go.
And show them on camera when you can do a close-up for them.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
And then I'm also enjoying a Dutch. I got my double rainbow. Double rainbow.
Bro.
With the Rebel, and he told us that I usually order it with tahini, but he said it's seasonal. They don't have any right now.
I know. That's what I was saying. A lot of them didn't have it. So this is what he's talking about. Chocolate salt.
Chocolate salt?
I mean chocolate. Chicken salt. You know, y'all. So let's see. There's the ingredients. I believe it's clean.
I can't tell from here. I have to go freeze it and then look at it. Blow it up a little bigger.
Yeah, looks like really good mix though. I'm excited.
Just do all of that on there and I'll put this other up.
Yeah, we'll put the cream cheese up.
Okay.
So I'm going to do a little mix here.
So several years ago, my mom got me a set of like Tupperware, these little dishes. They stack inside of each other almost like those the Russian dolls. Mm-hmm. But this one particular one is like the perfect size for storing the cream cheese in.
Britta said baking powder. Rickwood said baking powder and keep some space between the skins. I definitely did that, at least on these cheese stuffed ones.
Thank you.
Brenda said I use it for wings all the time. Oh, nice.
What's on wings?
The baking powder.
Oh.
I've also
We've never done that, so now we need to.
I was watching a short, and the guy said using it for ground beef when you're going to fry it up, that it makes the ground beef like I guess kind of crispier, if that makes sense. But look, I got this marked down. I'm all about the discount, y'all. Anyway, let's do this chicken salt here. There we go.
And y'all, we're so good about upcycling now too. I always save our big boxes, and that's what we use in our laundry room for our recycling bin.
Yeah.
You need to break it up?
No.
Oh.
Look, I got it right here. I was mixing it with the baking powder.
So I just take the box, put it in the recycling bin, and take it out to the street. Well, today or yesterday morning, I just emptied the box. We're reusing the box.
22Q Cat said, I didn't know that about baking powder. Great tips. And 22Q Cat said, what exactly is that drink you get from Dutch Bros, Heath?
There's 2 different ones. My favorite, they're both called a Double Rain Bro. You tell them because you're better at ordering it.
So what he gets is the tea. So it's called Double Rain Bro, which has coconut, peach, is it raspberry?
I think so. We have to look it up.
And so all 3 of those are available sugar-free.
There's no one if you need it.
And he gets them sugar-free flavors. And then he'll either get the green tea, which is sugar-free, or if he's being bougie, or like today, because we had a free. And what I like is they're free. Is anything you want for free. So I got an extra shot because it's free, right? And then I got him the Rebel because the Rebel is extra.
It's like their version of Bang or Rockstar or whatever, or Monster.
Yeah.
It's like equivalent to that.
And so he gets the sugar-free Rebel, and that's what he gets. And then he gets it blended, which is where they blend it in a like a Vitamix with ice.
And it's almost like an icy.
Yeah.
It was really cool too. What I love about it, I'll drink it down and I end up with a big, I don't know if you can tell it here, a giant block of ice in it. I'll end up taking that ice and add it to my glass and then pour my tea over that, and it just flavors it. And then another way I'm thrifty, I save all these plastic cups. And then every day, whenever I peel my eggs, I just throw them in there, throw the eggshells in there, and I save it. Once that's full, then I throw it away.
Brenda S. said, I thought that was baking soda for ground. Okay, maybe it is baking soda. See, I always get those mixed up.
Yeah.
So if it's baking, you probably know better than I do. So yeah, it's probably baking soda for ground beef. But I just heard that. I was like, oh, we'll have to try that another time and just see how it ends up. We're going to see how this ends up.
Awesome.
See how this goes.
And then here, you can just, I'll say when you're done, just set the glove in there.
Oh, okay.
And then you can reuse it. Because that's one thing that is good about these gloves. They come on and off easily.
Well, yeah, because they're like
too big.
Yeah.
And then when they say one size fits all, they ain't kidding.
Right?
They fall off on my hands. And you see the difference between my hands and Shelly's hands.
It's all needle. There we go. And so that's probably right. 22Q Cat said, I see you got the baking soda at Kroger because the sell sticker covered half the can.
Right?
I know, right?
What I really hate that Kroger does, though, when you're buying it, especially the discount meats, they'll cover up the size on it, the weight and everything.
Or they cover up the ingredient list, and that really ticks me off,
yes.
You know, especially when I'm in their grocery, you know, the shelf stable stuff.
Like sauces and whatnot.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, I can't even see the ingredients, so I just assume it's crap, and I don't get it. But that makes me so mad when they do that. You want to go check on those?
I guess. I need a plate.
Yeah. See if they're done.
Oh, I have one right here.
Patty said, unfortunately, I have to go now. We'll finish watching in a few hours. Everyone have a good evening. Bye, Patty. I'm glad you were able to stop by. And yeah, don't forget, is Maitreya? I haven't even been on Facebook yet today, y'all. Because literally we got home. That's why we had to reschedule. We got home and only had enough time to use the restroom. Let the dogs out and set up for the live. So I have not been on Facebook. So is Maitreya still doing her coffee talk at 5 today? I know she's exhausted from, the stuff she's doing. So I didn't know she'd feel like it today.
I'm do them again. They don't look done to me.
Okay, I trust you. All right. And Bob Bear Lynette said, I know I missed a lot in the last hour and a half, but I'm back now. Wow, Lynette, thank you. I'm trying to get this glove off. There we go. Yeah. It was wanting to get caught up there. Baking powder. You know what, Lynn, I get baking powder or baking soda mixed up all the time. I'm like, the one in the can. Give me the one in the can, not the box. I guess I use a lot of baking soda. I use the soda one
when you're baking.
No, for a lot of cleaning stuff. So I know that one's like for cleaning. So I get the big bag at Sam's, and we use it in our laundry. And
that's what that one is. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and I use it for I make like a homemade cleaning product, and I do a homemade toilet bowl cleaner. Mm-hmm. It's actually pretty good, and I do that with the baking soda. Huh?
You found that online.
Yes, I did. But yeah, so this one is mainly, I use the powder mainly for baking. So we're going to see how these chicken skins turn out.
Oh, you'll be good with that?
Huh?
So I keep for cheese.
Right, as a dip?
Yeah. Because we don't have any salsa. We've used it all.
Right? I saw lots of discounted salsa at Kroger yesterday. But I was like, we've got lots of salsa.
You know what I want to make, honestly, though?
Huh.
I haven't done it in a long time. I want to make our own. Like roast them or smoke them and then rinse them and make our own salsa that way.
Yeah.
I like doing that.
Yeah, that is good.
Remember when we done them with the red and the green?
Yes.
With the tomatillos?
Yes.
I guess what we need to keep an eye on is when the tomatillos go on sale.
Yeah. I do like the tomatillos. So speaking of Radical Geeks Coffee Talk, if she is going, has anybody seen what she's making today? I'm curious about that too. I think she doing the Cajun snapper?
Oh,
which is really awesome. Good. That's why I'm excited to have the salmon tonight. So I got salad mixes marked down. I got $150 off at Aldi. But I already went to Kroger, and at Kroger, they had a whole lot with the discounted stickers. So I bought a bag there, but then, and I think it was $1.66 or $1.80. But then when I got to Aldi, they had a 50 off, and so it was only $1.14. So I feel like, well, I should have waited, but you never know. You never know with Aldi, right? And so I went ahead and got the one at Aldi. So we got to eat this salad, though.
That's fine. We like salad.
Oh, yeah.
And what's good about it, too, it's getting warmer outside. That's really what I want. Salad.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to our salmon salad tonight. I'll probably cook some bacon, too.
The only problem is I really, really enjoy red onions in my salad. We don't have any.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, well, it's not that big a deal.
And do we have any ready avocados?
I don't know. I haven't checked them yet.
Oh, okay. Did it just turn off?
No, I don't think so.
Carrie said, back when I was in South Carolina, I learned to bake by watching the Food Network and attempting to recreate. Most of it was emerald. Oh, how nice.
That's why I say I have a YouTube. I'm trained by those chefs.
Yeah. Carrie said, messed up with the baking soda or powder, and when the cake baked, it had a crater. Yeah, that's the thing, right? They do two different things. Mom Bear Lynette said, I know she's doing something with seafood, and I think it's Cajun snapper or something like that. Yeah, that's what I think it is, the snapper, because I mentioned it because we got some snapper on sale. So, yeah, I'm excited for that, too. And I'm starting to really get hungry.
Right, it's only 3 o'clock. So.
I know. Lynette said, I ventured out to HB this morning.
Oh.
Did you check the?
Yeah, it's still going.
Oh, okay. And picked up 3 pounds of pork belly, some scallops, and some halibut. Okay. Jesse and I will be having quite a feast for dinner tonight. Ooh.
Now, the only question with that, Lynette, did you do the Heath trick and get the butcher to cut the pork belly for you?
Yeah, I see. She already commented. This is awesome. That sounds so good. So are y'all having the halibut, scallops, and pork belly tonight? Because that is a feast. Having all three of those sounds amazing. Rickwood said, coffee talk, 5 p.m. Central. That's right. Creolish sauce. Ooh, that sounds so good.
Set an alarm for 4:30 to make sure we're off.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost 3 now.
Right. Well, as soon as we try these, then I figure we'll call it a day.
Then we're going to clean up.
Yeah. Carrie said, Shelly, Radical Geek has Creolish sauce. I'm so excited to see what that is because we have our Creole seasoning.
Yes.
That would be good. My Bear Lynette said, I had the HEB butcher cut the pork belly into chunks like he does. I separated it into various freezer bags and put it out a little at a time.
Awesome.
Yay, I'm so happy, Lynette. That sounds so good. And, that's what you do. If you normally don't venture to HEB or it's a little bit further than like Kroger, you go one time and you're like, you know what? Just give me 500 pounds of pork belly.
500.
Yeah, for the year.
Or the day for me.
Right. And
because for the recipe last night, we had a little bit of pork belly left over. Because what I told her to do, just get one, cut it up, and we split it up and pre-packaged it and threw it in the freezer and used it. Because actually, we did it 2 weeks ago is when you did it, right?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago I got the or maybe it was a week ago. Yeah. I'm trying to remember.
Anyways.
So
we divided, like she said, we divided it up and saved it for that recipe. And then yesterday and today, I had 2 servings left. So that's what I had for my breakfast. Or no, the 2 days before today. Yeah. So I guess, Friday and Saturday is what I had for my breakfast.
Okay.
Because remember, I already told them I had the steak for my breakfast today.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, I'm excited. That just sounds so good. And halibut is so good too.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, when I had halibut at the Good Company Fish Camp, that was really good.
See, now I want to go there tonight. That place
is so good. I know that discussion.
But that place is amazing.
Yeah, I know.
And the service is good too.
And that's what happens when I say, "Ooh, you want to go to Good Company?" It's whether we go to Good Company Cantina or Good Company Fish Camp. He's like, yes. And I'm like, you're supposed to tell me no.
Well, don't put the ideas in my head. Because see, what had happened was, I'm going to throw her under the bus. A couple days ago, her work.
Yeah, last Monday.
You tell them.
Okay. So last Monday, y'all, I'm still a little salty. So last Monday, our, I guess, director, he's like above the director because
one of your higher ups,
my manager's, her director's director, right? Anyways, he's always on our weekly meetings. Well, he is stationed, I say stationed, but anyways, he currently lives in Columbus. So he's at the main office there. We happen to be in Missouri for some kind of conference. So since he was like an hour and a half from about half of my coworkers live in Missouri. So yeah, 3 of my coworkers plus my manager all live in Missouri, all close together. Well, I say close, in the country. So they got to, since he was in town, he invited them to lunch on Monday. So they all got to leave work about 9:15 in the morning. And we weren't told anything in advance. And I don't know how far in advance they even knew, right? Or my manager or whatever. Let's see. Let's see how these are up higher. A little bit higher. There you go. Ooh, well, we're going to find out.
These, I think I'm doing all in one tray.
Well, maybe. Ooh, those are hot.
Yeah, they are. They just came out of the fryer.
Ooh, they're still popping, y'all.
Let them rest. Continue your story. Quit playing with your food.
Not what you told me when we got married. But anyways, to meet for lunch. So they had to leave at 9:15 because it was about an hour and a half drive for them because they're about an hour from Springfield-ish. So they drove They had lunch with him. So not only they went to a Mexican restaurant, so not only did he pay for their lunch, they got pay time off the whole time from when they left at 9:15, and they didn't get back until like almost 3 p.m. That was all company paid for, plus paid for their lunch. And then the 3 of us that was left, that only left us 3 to do all of the stuff due on Monday, which Monday is like the busiest day of the week. So the 3 of us to do everything. And, you know, they were like, oh, they're not expecting you to get everything done. But like me and one of my other coworkers, that's not our work ethic. Like, we're like, no, this stuff needs to get done. And we worked our butts off. And in fact, we didn't even take our lunch until they got back. So I didn't have my lunch until 3 p.m., but I was like fasting, so it didn't matter. But we took our lunch after they got back. And so we were a little salty. I was like, you know, they should send us like a gift card for our lunch and not one where we have to pay taxes on it. Like, I want a free and clear gift card, or at least give us 5 hours off of work, you know? We did get, our manager did send us, they call it pass it on points. But if you cash it in, then it's part of your payroll, so you pay taxes on it. So I try not to cash those in too often because I don't want to pay taxes, you know. But I was just like, I mean, that's nice that she thought of us and gave us some points, you know, for us holding down the fort.
Only half of the fit, so I'm going to have to do it 2 batches.
That's what I figured. But I was just like, hey, Brenda F., we missed you last night. But I was just kind of like, oh, man, you know, they got to, so since they were talking about, because my work sister was, you know, keeping me informed via Messenger what all was going on, the blow by blow, and sending me pictures and stuff of their food. Then it got me craving Mexican food. I was like, I want Mexican food. And, you know, I was supposed to be fasting through that, but I was already at, I don't know, 44 hours fasted or something. So at work, after work, I was like, I want to go have Good Company Cantina. I want to go have some Mexican fajitas. And he was like, okay. And then when we're there, I was like, you were supposed to fight me on this.
No, let's not go. That's how I fight. See, I always lose, so.
Especially if you don't try.
That's me trying.
Carrie said Lynette did that just for the halibut, right?
This one right here.
Yeah, that should just be these two, they're just the rolled cream cheese. You want to try it? Or you want to switch? Because that one's a little bigger. All right, let's see.
Oh, burnt.
Oh my gosh. That is like a wonton. The cream cheese is so, like, I wouldn't say hot, but it's creamy and juicy. And then this one, put the cream cheese in the middle. That kind of looks like a wonton. You see the cream cheese there? Oh, look. It's crisp and, let's see.
Pop this in my mouth.
That was good. What do you think?
You know what's even better?
What?
Crab meat in it too.
Huh?
Crab meat.
Oh yeah. Those two are yours.
Huh?
That's good. So these, Britta, since you just got in here, this is chicken skin. So he is cooking a whole bunch of drumsticks.
10 pounds.
10 pounds. I got them for 37 cents a pound a while back, a couple months ago. Might have even been January when they've just been in the freezer. So he tore the skin off of each drumstick, and we took a few of them and put some cream cheese in the middle, and then we fried them up in the air fryer, and that's what we're having right now.
That's awesome.
That is something we could definitely work on, you know, perfecting it, right? And maybe put a video out on it.
I'm going to ask the butcher. You know, they sell skinless chicken breasts.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked him to save me some chicken skins.
You said you have to call ahead of time and schedule it.
That's fine. Let's do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
And he'll tell us when to come get it, right?
Yeah, you just ask him. Yeah.
Come
Brenda S. said,
here.
I fell asleep. Hate I missed it. I wondered. I was like, okay, Brenda said she was going to cook a line. Where's she at? And I was like, something must have come up. Last night.
Yeah.
I was thinking about you. I was like, I wonder where she's at. So, sorry, but hopefully you can still try the recipe or will. I know Lynette cooked it on screen with us. Lisa halfway did, and she finished the rest today. So, I love it when y'all make recipes. It honestly means the world to me. When you do, and you post pictures of it, I'm just like, it honestly makes my whole day. Because I'll be like, did you see? Or he'll message me because I don't always see everything at Facebook, especially on work days that are busy. And he'll be like, did you see it Facebook? So-and-so posted. And I was like, what? And then I go over there and I'm like, oh my gosh.
I'll be like, hey, so-and-so said this in the Triple H chat. Go look.
22Q Cat said, nice appetizer,
Thank
right?
you.
This is my appetizer. This is the first time I've eaten today, other than my Dutch coffee. I figured that that definitely breaks my fast because that's a lot of half and half in there. But it's the first real food I've had all day. Really good. And Brenda said, oh, yum. And Lynette said, I love hearing that crunch. Right. Isn't that good? I can't wait for these chips. Look at his big old mug there. I still can't get over how big that mug is. And didn't your job send you something else last week? Oh, a backpack. This is hilarious.
You here? Put this on for me. I'll go get it and show them.
Which way is the straw?
I like it this way.
The straw to be here?
Yes, so I'm right-handed. I'll go get them. Well, y'all, it's a backpack, but to me it looks like a fanny pack. You'll see what I mean in a minute. I'll go get it.
But I told him, I was like, that's still nice. Like, he gets little swag once a month. And I had to recently do a survey about my company. Like, you know how they do anonymous space? And they were like, they asked any other feedback. And I was like,
yeah, I want my
excuse me, just a second. I was like, yeah, I want some more swag. Because he always gets swag. And I've only got 2 swag since I've been there. Look, now going on over 2 years. The one was, I got a little coffee insulated mug with the lid, which is nice, but it only holds, I think, like 14 ounces. Like, I mean, that's a half a cup of coffee. Thank you. And then I also got, I think, a hoodie or something one time. I don't know what it's called.
So this is what they sent me when I first hired in. They sent me this box.
Make sure I don't have. Oh, okay. Welcome. Nice.
And inside of it, y'all know when you go to Home Depot, you see all the workers wearing the aprons.
Oh yeah.
I actually have an apron, and there's several, especially the bosses that wear them on camera in there at home. I have mine on display in my office. But this is what they sent me this time, and then the headset for my thing, it came in a bag, so I just had that in there. And then they sent this book too from the owners.
Owners, wow.
And a couple other things I don't remember what all they are. And then a couple of extra connector cables that I didn't actually need. I just threw it all in there together. I figure it's a good place to keep all
But
this.
this week is a little present.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want some swag. I want a big ass mug, but it's heavy, y'all. He'll forget how heavy it is. He's like, dang it, this heavy. But look at this backpack, y'all. Well, wait, this is supposed to come there.
Yeah.
So it's like insulated here. So I think
like
you're supposed to put
a lunch
your
box.
Yeah, put your lunch or your sodas in.
This is stretched all the way out so I can wear it as a backpack.
And then this goes over here.
Put it together.
Yeah. So then what you have here.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you got the insulated part.
But I did all this, and I just folded it up and put it in that same box.
Okay. And then you have this part that's a mesh, and it's got a little drawstring.
Oh.
So you put your utensils or whatever in there, napkins, and then it's a little backpack. Isn't that cute? I was impressed. Hey, you're going to have to squat down, dear. Do your squats, Heath.
You know what I mean? It's more like a fanny pack.
I thought it was nice. I was like,
cool.
wow, that'd be kind of neat to use on our road trip.
What's really weird, too, though, every time they send me something like this, I get an email telling me about it, which is protocol, right? But it goes to an original email I used when I set the company the first time I worked there.
Yeah, that's what they have on file for you.
But then I have another one. They have two more that I used. I used one this time when I applied, and then I have a company email too. They never sent it to either one of those.
I know they don't. You would think they would send it to the company email because that's where I got mine when they were shipping me something. Was the
all of a sudden.
I know it does seem a little warm. It's because the air fryer's going. Lynette said, "That's a really clever backpack. That's a good piece of swag."
Right.
I'm saying he's gotten some good swag.
I also got another mug from them.
I think those might be burning.
Okay. I also got another mug from them, but I dropped it and broke it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Brenda said, "That's cool." I think it's cool.
And there's one other thing they sent me too. That there are for our profit sharing. Remember they sent me a piggy bank.
Oh, that's right. And TweetTQ Cat said, "I guess it kind of looks like it's for a kid, but only because he's so tall. That's nice they give you stuff."
It is.
I think it really is too. Like
and then for Christmas, around Christmas time, they sent me a metal tin we still have, but it was filled with 3 different popcorns. So I re-gifted that to my sister.
But yeah, I think that's nice. Like
there was one other thing they sent me, but I can't remember what it is now.
Oh, a chair.
Yeah, a folding chair, like a like a lawn chair kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
one
is
of
Carrie
those
still in here? Because remember, he was looking for a work from home job.
Oh yeah.
And one of the caveats I've made sure of
nothing.
Was that they provide everything.
Yeah.
They even sent me a power strip to plug everything into.
Right. And somebody else emailed us about a work at home, and that's what I always check for too. Make sure they supply everything.
Yeah.
As if you were following when he was job searching, and somebody had wanted to, he got hired, but they wanted him to pay for everything and rent the equipment. So don't do that. TweetTQ Cat, I need to go apply at Home Depot, right? I mean, why not? You're like, you are retired. Do you really want to do that? But it is nice. It is really nice. Like I'm excited for him. And again, I mean, I do kind of get a little jelly of all the swag he gets because I'm like, I want
pay for your internet too, though.
Well, that's true. I do get my company reimburses for the internet, and I get other benefits, right? And like those points.
When I hired into them, I actually had 2 other jobs too, but I chose this one because I figured I'd be better at it because it's right in my wheelhouse.
Yeah,
these look amazing.
They do. Wow.
Okay, I'm gonna go load the rest of them, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
We'll be right back after these messages. Do you want the
Sure.
Let me load these and then I'll do that for
you. Wow, look at this one's got a little bubble there. Ooh, I think I just kind of broke it. Ooh. Let's see, y'all. But yeah, it is nice. And yeah, I mean, my company, I do get those pass it on points a lot, which honestly that also is nice to have. Like I cashed some of it in the other day for $75 at Kroger, but then I forgot that then I have to pay taxes.
And since you do work for a bank, you actually get banker hours.
That's true. That's true. I never have to work weekends. When they send you home early,
you get paid.
That's true.
We have what we call VTO, voluntary time off, where I can just go home early if I want to, if we're overstaffed, but it's unpaid.
Right. Hey, Maitreya.
Speaking of,
Radical Geek is here. It says hello. We're about to
tell her we were talking about her.
Yeah, I was talking about you earlier. I was like, we tried to figure out what you're doing or if you even feel up to today's live. So how are you feeling? I know you said, I saw your post saying you were exhausted. So how are you feeling about your live today? I know we're all ready for it, but we don't want to force you, right? And then what we have here is he is taking 10 pounds of drumsticks and he's putting it in the Instant Pot so he can shred it. And then he took all of the skins off, and we took some of the skins and made wontons. That worked out well. And now we've got some of the just skins as chips, and we're going to put it in this kefir cheese. And we're going to see how that goes. Let's see, that kefir cheese is pretty thick.
Yeah, sometimes like when you first make it, it is rather thick. Do you need a spoon?
Probably. Look at that.
I forgot I got this other plate I need to put up.
This now this one wasn't laid flat, and so it's not as crispy. But
it's still edible.
Oh yeah, it's definitely edible.
But how hot are they?
They're not.
You know what I'm thinking we should have done? When we first laid them out, we should have just done them on a baking sheet and just go ahead and bake them. That would have been smarter. Look at that.
Okay. Radical Geek said, "Oh, I feel like crap. But we'll have a live. I'm going to prep the sauce, but just talk to the fish because I just can't laugh out loud." Oh, I'm sorry. Please don't feel like you're obligated to do that. I mean, I'll just cry if you don't. It was hard last week. No, I'm just playing. We still love you.
We need our Maitreya time.
And she is, but it's lovely to see everyone. I know, and it's nice just to relax and chit-chat with all of us. I mean, that seems like a win-win. Okay, let's see this one.
And then we were bragging on you earlier, too, about how you and Sharon are setting everything up for us for our meetup next year. We're so fortunate to have y'all in our lives. Thank you so much.
This was definitely crispy.
This is a winner. This is a winner.
Oh,
wow.
Wow.
Did you hear that?
Did y'all hear? That's like chip. 100% a chip. And then this, oh my gosh.
These are clucking good.
Doing this kefir cheese with some ranch seasoning.
Do we have any, though? I don't think we have any made out.
She said, nah, I need to make the sauce anyway. Right. That was good.
Uh-oh.
What?
I thought I'm going to sneeze.
You probably are. Here, let me do it again near where you can hear it. Did y'all hear that? I don't know if I got it close enough. And Maitreya said, I'm ready for the horde in the Midwest.
Nice.
I love that. Me too. Yeah, because we were talking earlier about how y'all are going to take us to the big barn cheese or the big cheese barn, whatever it's called, Big Bob cheese.
Big balls of cheese, what?
And I told Heath we're going to try not to eat out really for the rest of the year, for sure. Not the rest of April and probably not at all in May. As I told him, when we go to that cheese barn, you know he's going to buy like 50 pounds of cheese or 100 pounds of cheese, right? So I'm like, you know you want to have carte blanche and order every cheese you freaking see.
I want one of each. Oh, you'll be really good with this too, though? Next time we do these, instead of using the cream cheese, we'll use the Depper goat cheese.
Oh, yeah, goat cheese would be great. We made some wontons with it. Just go get more of the cheese skins.
They're in the fryer.
Grandpa's cheese barn. So there's Grandpa's Cheese Barn. Could you easily buy 100 pounds of cheese there? Or am I being silly saying we're going to buy 150 pounds of cheese?
It is 100 on the low end.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know how much I love cheese.
But yeah, when we go, I just want him to be like, not worry about the price. So I'm like, if we really don't eat out, I mean, that's an easy savings of $100 a month. That's $1,200 by then.
I got another first world problem complaint here. The only thing I don't like about this mug they gave me, it's too big for the cup holder in my truck. Well, the center console between the and the front seat is too big for that one. I have a cup holder in the back seat. It does fit in that. And in her car, it fits. But mine, it fits crooked.
Oh. Okay, but
it's not bad enough that it pours or flips out. It just doesn't fit securely.
She said, don't get it all at Grandpa's. We will go to North Market as well. We'll see there.
I need one for my left hand and one for my right hand.
So now the 200 pounds of cheese.
One from each location.
Yeah.
And it's all Maitreya approved.
Oh, wow, Maitreya.
And you do it. We do it on Friday. So it'll be our Cheese Friday.
That would be hilarious. You could do like a remote live Cheese Friday and be like, okay, we're at this place and here's what cheese. And then as you record, all you'll hear is, oh my God, I want this one. I want this one. Oh, this is so good.
Bucket.
And then throwing it in the cart. Let's get this. Let's get that. And you'll just see him going wild throughout the store, grabbing everything.
I'll probably be skipping.
You probably will be. He'll wake me up that morning like at
it's cheese time. It's cheese
5 a.m. and he'll be like, it's cheese time. I'm like, okay, we're not getting.
Maitreya's waiting on us. We're keeping her. Remember, because she's an early riser too. I'm doing this for you, Maitreya. I'm thinking of you. So
don't be surprised, Maitreya, if he doesn't show up at your door at like 5:30 in the morning.
Hello? Hello? It's cheese time. Hello? Hello? Can we go have cheese, please?
See what you got? This is all for you. And Maitreya said the mug is so big. He is holding his tongue back so much right now.
It's so big.
Maitreya said, level out, but I'm a trash panda. I even like American cheese. I mean,
do too. I don't discriminate.
Right. That's what I was going to say. I don't think that we're not cheese snobs here. We will eat any cheese. In fact, get out the cheese. I got it out.
No cheese left behind.
At Kroger yesterday.
Right? No cheese left behind.
And Lynette said, remote cheese Friday. I love that idea, right? And Maitreya said, ha, 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 it's good. You're just tired, Maitreya. So you're like, sure, that sounds great. Wait till he's there. What are you? Oh goodness, y'all. That's so annoying. Okay. Yes, we got frozen. It's the internet just decided to trash. It was too much cheese talking. Say we're going to buy 250 pounds of cheese.
Well, now we're going to go 300.
Rick Wood said, yes, thought it was me and restarted. Still frozen. Well, we should be back now. Coda said, see, trash cheese gubbed up the works and broke the live.
Look at this. Do you want that little, you want to cook a little longer? Because it was a little burnt.
No, I think that's perfect.
Okay, let me show them.
It showed the cheese too.
Okay, here, take it.
Okay.
I'll show them the cheese.
This is what I got yesterday.
Can they make out what that is?
Beamster Classic Gouda. $1.59, y'all.
Should have been off 59 twice. There's
No.
2 stickers.
But what was funny that Kroger did is every slice, every little,
Wedge.
they pre-do it, the wedge, were all the same price.
So regardless
So-
of what size, you dug around and find the biggest, right?
So I found the biggest one, and this is 0.49. So, yeah, of course I'm going to do that. Same price, give me the most, because some of them were only like 0.3. Like, I'm going to get more bang for my buck on this one. So this is the Beamster Classic Gouda. It has a pretty big rind on it. Can you eat the rind of this one?
Betrayal, let us know.
Shh.
She's our cheese guru.
Look at this. Y'all are so funny.
What?
Barely Began said that the trash cheese gubbed up the works and broke the live. I always knew no good could come of that. And then Rickwood said the internet got constipated from all that cheese talk.
Oh, look at this. I'm dipping cheese in my cheese.
Oh, Lord.
I told you, baby, you don't have to call me that.
I got what you said last night.
That's your favorite reply to that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it's so good.
All right, let's try this Beamster Classic Gouda.
I don't think you can't eat the rind. That tastes funny.
All right. Mmm. 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 What are your thoughts on it?
I think it's really good. You should have bought 17 more.
Oh, you could say it's really good.
No. Well, I'm mostly tasting for the kefir cheese, so give me another slice. I can tell you for sure. Even if you give me just a little wedge.
It tastes a little salty to me, but it's very rich. It's like I wouldn't say it's a
Robust.
well, it is robust to me. But it's not creamy. It is more solid.
It's a thick cheese.
Yeah, a hard cheese.
Yeah. I wonder how it would do stuffed into the mushrooms.
I don't know. I don't know if it's a melty cheese.
We'll finna find out, though. Well, we're out of mushrooms.
But it does have a little bit of salty flavor to it. Do you get the salty?
Yes, I do. I really, really enjoy it.
That's good. Mm.
I like these a little crispier, though. I
Oh,
also don't like them burnt.
yeah.
When you should have baked them. And then afterwards finish them in the broiler.
Well, here's my things. When they're rolled up like these,
Yeah.
they don't get as crispy
Right, that's what I'm saying.
as like this.
And then also, I was thinking it would be better. Oh, I know how we're going to do it next time.
Oh,
We'll put the grid on the cookie sheet and then
Yeah.
spread them out.
yeah.
Because they're hard to undo and move around.
Mhm.
So if we do it one time and just throw it through go in the oven and then transfer from the oven to the broiler.
Mhm.
That's what we're going to do it next time.
Mhm.
You'll call the HEB and get that for us. And then we won't have to fight with them.
Right. See, that would snap pretty good. Mm.
Do you want to season this with anything, or just let it be?
I'm gonna let it be at this point. See, that one has a little pool right there.
Next time I'm going to bake them and broil them.
Yeah.
And just we don't have to handle them once.
Next time, I would rather do some more wontons because those were really good.
Okay.
Mm.
Well, maybe that's what we'll do. You're going to order some, and we'll do that as we'll do that as a cook along.
Britta said, "What's the grid?"
Oh, I'll show you. Where's it at? This guy, see, that's little feet. I just figured it'd be better because then we set it on the cookie sheet like so, and it'll make it easier to pull off. When we're cooking it, we'll lay out all the skins over this when we go to do it. You see it? Is it good enough?
Mm-hmm.
I'll wait for her to reply. Let me know. It's good.
I'm just enjoying this Gouda. $1.59, y'all, for a half pound. That means it's just over $3 for a whole pound. I think that's pretty good. Of the specialty.
Oh, you're putting it away? I thought we were going to eat the whole thing tonight. I'm not opposed to that. I love cheese. I do not discriminate.
Oh, is that the proper name, Brenda? She said, I see aerate.
Oh, okay.
Is that the proper name?
Thank you.
You know, we're just redneck things. We just call it whatever. Well, I feel like we've kept everybody long enough.
I don't think so, too, because I need to eat.
What?
I need to eat.
You just ate less than 2 hours ago.
I know. Well, we clean up and get everything set up and comfortable and everything for watching Coffee Talk.
Yeah, Coffee Talk, and then I'm gonna make a salmon salad for dinner. So
we should have saved these. We could have added these to the salad as like a crouton.
That's true. Well, I am gonna make some bacon. Oh, do I have any thawed bacon?
If not, I'll go get some.
Yeah. All right. No, I think so. All right, y'all. Bye. Thank y'all again for tuning in. And I see Rickwood's going to go feed the dogs. We got to do that a little bit too. So thank y'all. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you on Friday. Well, we'll see most of you on Coffee Talk. So let's go see Coffee Talk and see this sauce because it sounds good. Good night, everyone. Love you.